She, her, and no
Okay.
one else. minute in, switch over to the gameplay. Hi.
Oh, oh no, we're live.
We're live. Oh
We
my
are?
goodness.
Oh
Well,
man.
maybe we
Who
should
would have
introduce ourselves and introduce this wonderful broadcast. Hi, welcome to the Soul League, part of the Celestial Cup. It's week number 1 of split number 1 here. I'm Reliq. I'm joined by the wonderful Ash, and our players are super eager today, of course. Women's Apex, it's the new place to be here in the Apex scene, and they are so thrilled and so ready to go that we've got to keep this super short, super sweet, because they're already heading into game number 1.
Yeah, I'm honestly pretty happy to be here, haven't cast in a while. So hi, nice to meet y'all. Ashurvok, Ash for short, Urvok for last name, but Ash still works. Listen, honestly, full long name, but at the same time, trying to keep things short and sweet. So yeah, welcome to the Soul League. And considering it is after qualifiers, remind me again, Reliq, we've completely wiped the results, right?
So, yes, for those of you who were along with the enigmatic Zephyr and the delightful Bliss guy watching the qualifiers, well, essentially the qualifiers has led into the Soul League itself. And now that we're here in the Soul League, let's make things nice and simple for you. Top 15 teams at the end of today. They're going to accrue points across 6 games, 3 on World's Edge, 3 on Stormpoint. If you're in the top 15 by the end of the evening's action, then hey, guess what? You're invited into week 2. If you're not in the top 15, bad news. You got to hope that you are selected for week 2. And it's not the end of the world just yet, of course, here, Ash, because yes, a lot of money on the line. $350 now up for grabs on these players. Top 3 distribution. Lovely for those guys who are in the top 3, of course. But once we get to those finals, the prize pool more than doubles, and there's a $50 most kills trophy prize as well. So there's a lot of money for the Celestial Cup in its first split, for the Soul League in its first split, and it all starts here in game number 1 on World's Edge as we begin our journey into the unknown with Loch Nessies.
Honestly, I have a lot of great memories of World's Edge, but at the same time, a lot of bad memories about World's Edge. If you remember when this first dropped, everything was fine until a little thing by the name of Fragment happened, and then everything went to crap.
I'm with Bliss guy. Like, I just remember when it was just the city, when it was just the capital, and everyone was all nice, and then all of a sudden, hi, Lava Fission, nice to meet you, and hi, lots of different areas to, and lots of different, ground cover to go behind. To be fair, we're nowhere near Fragment at the moment, of course, but the Loch Nessies. Early deployment looking pretty good. We've got 2 2-tier shields. We've got 1 4-tier as well there on Eden. And seemingly on their own, which I don't know about you, Ash, but I hate myself early engages. This a lovely moment where they can just relax and choose their loadouts as they look to progress further into the map.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you say that and they immediately get shot at, I'll hope you have jinxed Loch Nessies to an eternity of third parties. But besides that, Reliq, is that advantage I see on World's Edge for the first time? I can't believe it.
We were literally talking about Vantage and saying, like, I mean, is it really going to affect things? A niche pick, yes, but we've got to talk a little bit about its ultimate, right, of course. I guess in a way similar to Chamber from Valorant, where they do have a weapon on them. They don't necessarily need their loadout on their own, but at the same time, this is an ultimate. It's a very powerful ultimate, don't get me wrong, but it's still something which will only really be good in those, I say, one-on-one team fights. You don't want a third party to get involved.
Very true. And what makes Vantage and her ultimate so useful in this case, you don't even need to hit somebody on directly. The hitbox at this point is so wild. All you need is maybe 1 inch, 2 inch, maybe 3 inches over, and you're still hitting someone for at least 100 plus damage. That headshot can be nasty. And on World's Edge, sure, there's plenty of places to peek, plenty of choke points. And for Vantage, she's good at high ground. She can transfer over with Echo. I think she could actually be really useful with this kind of map.
Here with JSA moving towards Skyhook, just around the outside, the outer edges of Skyhook, moving in towards Countdown. Maybe we talked about a good early loadout for Loch Nessies already with the yellow shielding there. As we move over to Arc, who did pretty well actually in the qualifiers Arc, they were consistently up there with Sammy, Piku, and Aramenta. And we can see an early. We got an earlier look at the zone as well.
Already been opened up. They might actually encounter somebody here. What's your bet?
Well, they've clearly spotted someone. The question is whether they're looking for the engage, whether they're looking for the chase. Looks like going to split their options, but we also have the airdrop here, and they're going to get it? Maybe not. I mean, I would have probably gotten it, but no. Just heading for more looting.
Yeah, considering they have a Bloodhound, I mean, it's pretty easy to sniff people out. And now with the update, whenever Bloodhound pings, you can actually see the seconds when they were there. It's very useful for the team, and that's why I
Yeah.
love them so much. And it looks like Bruisers is getting an engagement here with that charge rifle off in the distance.
Yeah, Hugs gets the shield knock. Still have the advantage of plenty of cover to work with, but looking out for who the engage is going to be with here.
That is true. I mean, considering where they are directly in a choke point. It looks like Mochi actually holding up in building, and with Caustic, that is going to make one deadly building to rush if anyone even tries to.
You don't want to engage too hard, I don't think, and especially with the vantage point that Mochi have here. They got them in that choke point. They don't necessarily need to push up too hard.
True. I mean, if anyone pushes up on them, of course they have Caustic for that defense. And if they need to get out of there in case of a third party, of course you have that Wraith.
Got team nothing here. Location
boy,
detected, yes. Oh, not great here for Light Years. They're on
Oh,
their own. They're a bit
beautiful.
isolated. It's really nice. They got the Arc Star out. Still got some cover to work with. As team nothing now able to form up on their teammate. Nice,
Pop up the
identifying
Zero.
where they
Nice.
are. Very nice, and they're going to try and get some picks in now. Team nothing, no, they're down to below 50% health. They
Lord
yearly.
have mercy.
Using the door, they got the shield battery behind the door. Real difficult situation here for Yearly,
gosh.
and lovely flank here from Light
Wow.
Years. The person that in the most strife when we entered this particular face-off, coming in clutch there with a lovely pick. Obviously, the team not down as of yet, but a lovely flanking maneuvering here for nothing.
That was beautiful. Honestly, Light Years out here just being an absolute shark in the water, you know, utilizing those skills very well and getting a team kill. Wow. That kill feed lighted up like a Christmas tree when that happened, man.
Down to 16 squads already, of course, and so plenty already out the game as they look to readjust and relocate as Sabs takes down Robin Bird.
Man.
And
Whoa,
that's
whoa,
some nice.
whoa.
That was a bit too much damage that I think they would have not wanted to
I'm
find
pretty
themselves
sure Team
with.
Nothing's life just flashed before their eyes in a millisecond. That was so much shield damage.
People underestimate how good the R301 is at like long range, but if you got someone like Sleepy Heyo here who can hit their shots well, boy oh boy, it is such a dangerous thing to put yourself out into the open like that. Here with LNW now, looks like they've been in a bit of scrap themselves, lower on health, lower on shields, but given the opportunity to reload the batteries here, as we're back with Team
Here
Nothing,
goes Team Nothing.
out of the pan and into the fire.
Oh man, already one down. Light Years is out and away. Unfortunately, Yoli and Strawberry are fighting for their lives right now. It is going to be hard to revive because Light Years is just over there. I'm pretty sure they're surrounded like what, maybe 1-2 teams right by the zipline too.
I imagine it's probably still Mochi, isn't it? Because that's where they
my
were
God.
holed up, and so Light Years once again finding themselves the brunt of the offensive here as we get our first sort of macro look at the map, and we can see that already a lot of the teams here. Let's see, how many can we count here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or so of the 14 left already in the circles. It looks like we're going to be focusing in on the thermal station final staging ground here, not to be confused with the staging ground itself, of course. But Team Nothing in a bit of a precarious position. Not too bad in terms of the deployment. They're going to try and get their teammate's banner, though.
my God.
Lovely bit of floating here from
Valkyrie.
Yeoli. Back out they
Beautiful.
go. Lovely. Oh, but they can't get out the
no,
floating route.
get out, get out.
Oh my word. That almost went historically wrong. Thankfully for them, managed to get away with it.
So badly. Could you imagine, like, okay, imagine, right? You're Team Nothing. Somebody asking you, oh, how did you die? Lava. I'm sorry, what was that? Lava. You died the what now? No,
Oh
that's
boy.
rough.
Here with Control Freaks. Looks like they're in a fight here, and they've already taken down Caitlyn here, or Catelyn, I should say. So the fight goes
Man,
well,
the car
3
SMG
versus 2
oh,
in
there's
theory.
somebody at the door.
There is
Uh-oh.
someone else.
Oh,
it's
Fias
Fias
Oh, they're
Polones.
fight for themselves. Oh man, the TK
nice
shot.
flank.
That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Oh, and it still was not enough as one of it just goes down and out.
Some nice Spanish. I'll give you some Italian. Arrivederci.
You know
Goodbye.
what? Not too bad. Still works. Still works.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I
Yes,
was
of course,
trying to throw some European flavor in there as the Control Freaks. The only flavor they're throwing out is a bit of spice. That's a nice team win for them as the squad number reduces to 13. Of course, a reminder that we're running the ALGS point system here. So 12 points for a win, going all the way down to 0 points if you play 16th, 20th. It's 1 kill or sorry, 1 point per kill, I should say, which really does affect things in the long term if you're not able to get those picks mid-game. Here with Veneer, looks like they're going up against JSA, and JSA, liking the look of their shielding, certainly 1 red, 2 yellow, plenty of ammo in the locker, it seems, and they've got this. Oh my goodness, they got them hold up.
Getting a little aggressive here. Somebody's popping a shield back behind the doors. Looks like Veneer is fighting for their lives. Unfortunately, the Horizon ult goes down, and they are just getting surrounded on all sides by JSA.
Shielding through as well, not looking good for Veneer here as Shiro goes down, Inceptalus is down, and that just leaves you Saka. Bye-bye, and that is great, wonderful positioning from JSA. But it looks like we have a third party entering the scene. The Seer ultimate has come through, and so they're not out of the woods yet at JSA.
Oh man, World's Edge, like I said, third party after third party after third party. And we're not even on Fragment. This is far from it. And everybody at this point cannot catch a break. And even though JSA got the elimination on Veneer, at this point they're going to have to fight again. And it looks like Bruisers are headed in.
Yeah, they obviously don't have as good a shielding situation, but what they do have is they have basically JSA in the same position that Veneer were in recently. Now it's up to Veneer. Do they want to try and take this head on? Do they want to try and run away? It's obviously up to them. They might be feeling confident with their shield advantage. Nice pop shots here. No shields knocked as of yet. And looks like there are plenty of shield cells to use for Bruisers as we go back to the Hustling Honeys here. They are outside of the ring as things stand and engaging another squad. Whoa. Make that engaged another squad.
Oh yeah, engaged, past tense, just out of the water. 4Funny's just blown out. And EOS, actually one of the dominant teams from the last couple of games, gone just like that. Which is why, honestly, Ring this season, I mean, was made a little more dangerous because, of course, it moves faster. There's more damage. That's why playing around it can be such a risk for a lot of these teams right now.
Good news is they've been able to move out of their chokehold that they've effectively made for themselves. They're stocked up. They're ready to go. The push is on. The sonar comes through. That's some lovely damage. What a knockdown coming through from Sabs. The R301 coming in clutch once again. The Horizon ult deployed. Singularity up. Goodbye. We're down to 9 squads. No surprise.
Beam them out of the water.
Wow. I mean, like fish in a barrel. Goodbye. JSA with confidence flowing, and looks like we might be heading down to 8 squads very soon indeed. Sleepy Hero down as well. The Bruisers are gone. Ooh. Oh, and literally speaking of the devil, another third party. Yeah.
This is what, the 5th one for them. Man, maybe 6. Who knows? I just know right now JSA is on a war path right now. It's what, 3, maybe 5 teams eliminated, completely blown out of the water, especially coming from those R301 and G7 scout shots. Dangerous guns, in my opinion, man.
I mean, you said it yourself, Ash. They're on a roll. And when you're feeling the confidence, okay, you might not be getting first if you keep on with this rather bombastic strategy, but at least you're grabbing picks, at least you're grabbing points, and points in the early stages, it just gives you the confidence going into games 2, 3, moving over onto Storm Point through game 4, that you're not going to get relegated from the Soul League, at least from week number 1. Final 8 squads left as we look to move into round 3.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're on Ben's favorite team back there, Mommies, which, you know, word I have a feeling he does not like to say on the stream.
The man is a coward. It's the Mommies, okay? And they are here to take names, and I love them. I mean, look at them.
Who doesn't like Mommies? Exactly.
Look at them go with Mighty Macaroni and Banry and Bex and Ushi Gushy here. Looking to engage on JSA, especially with the ring coming in. There goes. Well, as soon as I mentioned his name, her name, down goes Ushi Gushy, but Team Nothing as well. In a bad situation themselves, it wasn't JSA. It was Team Nothing. JSA have gotten out of dodge. The Mommies down 1. Are they going to be down 2 soon enough? There's the thermite grenade. Okay, fine. Nice reposition.
Do some damage.
Oh, are they going to be able to get around the corner? They should just be able to get away with it. And here is JSA. They did take some damage from that engage, but not as much as I feared.
True. JSA at this point is just breezing through. Mommies, you know, they're having a time of their life. JSA, they're having a little too much fun with this. And that's what makes me so scared for some of these other teams right now. They get third-partied, and at the same time, just absolutely destroying the third parties like they're nothing. Nothing.
JSA have got a bit of a holiday home here as they look to flank around what I can only presume is Team Nothing there. Now in the staging area. That's a nice bit of damage. We've got Mochi with a Kraber as well. A third engage here across the map as Mochi look to pile on the damage. That is another, not a squad down necessarily, but it is Winks down. Another flies away, but not for too long. This is a lovely engage from Mochi. Lovely rotation round, and control freaks are gone.
I cannot believe I'm saying this. That R301's gotta go. I don't care what anybody else says. R301, get out of here. That is so much damage. Why?
I'm visioning the Kylo Ren meme of more. And JSA want more indeed, as the hustling honeys are gone as well. We're down to the top 5.
Oh my gosh, this game is honestly the fastest I have seen it go by. Just so many bodies dropping. Just bodies, 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 bodies. And that's what makes me so excited to cast again. And let's be honest, none of this would be possible without Yusaki. We have her to thank for this. She's just amazing, dude.
Not just Yusaki, of course, but Etsuki as well, our wonderful producer for today. So big up to them, as JSA now in a bit of a disadvantageous position actually here with Sabs. He's got cover to work with. Sorry, she's got cover to work with. You can tell I'm used to commentating in the male scene, right?
Good lord.
Of course. It's great to see them.
Man.
What?
No, don't worry about it. I didn't say nothing about cancellation. What are you talking about?
No,
what
no,
it's talking about. I'm joking, Reliq.
There's lots of talking, and more talking to come as well, of course. 6 games in total today. We're only coming to the conclusion of game number 1, still the top 5, of course. And JSA, a nice rotation underneath the bridge here, just at least to try and get the pressure off them. But they are still in a bit of a precarious position, of course, given A, their location, and B, the fact that the location that they need to get to is going to move further away from where they are.
True, and that's your tactical, of course, heard plenty of heartbeats. Unfortunately, did not hit a single person there. I mean, would have been useful, but at the same time, not really added advantage because they are on low ground, and you have plenty of teams that are on high ground right now.
You can see, though, the kill count for JSA is good. It's decent at this point. They've already accrued enough points, I would say, to feel pretty safe going into game number 2. Team Nothing go down. It's top 4. Again, the exhibit comes through, just trying to get a pulse, really, on where the enemies are. And it is the Sirens, who are basically, they have the high ground. They are the overall Kenobi. They got the first pick. Now can they find the second?
True, honestly, utilizing Seer and even Mad Maggie on this map is just so perfect, because with Seer, you can just ping people, cancel any revives, respawns, health, whatever, and then with Mad Maggie, the moment you have them pinged, that's another tactical out. That is so much more damage on the burn.
Oh, that's some really nice damage put through from Ovali. Another exhibit to come out. Maybe, not just yet.
No, I was going to say, JSA better be careful here, because some of them are on low health, and all it takes is one headshot, and they might be out and down.
They do have that Valkyrie, of course, which does give them the opportunity to relocate, but when Sirens have such a good grasp on your positioning, it's difficult really to say if you could do too much. The Mommies, well, we joined the Mommies just as they met their end. We're into the top 3. And once again, it is Mochi, who have not moved much at all from their hidey hole at Thermal Station, as JSA engaging the Sirens. Really lovely play. JSA, they had all of the odds against them, and they still managed to beat them.
I have never seen a more accurate Volt SMG shot in my life. I'm telling you, those laser sights have made some of these guns absolutely and completely dangerous to deal with, and JSA not only capitalized on being able to get that high ground advantage back, but pretty much just shredded everybody.
So Mochi and JSA, it's your top 2. Mochi have been very comfortable for practically the entire game. They haven't moved. They've set up shop. And it is down to JSA to try and break down the door. The Horizon ult giving them a little bit of oversight here. Arcstar's coming through, not looking good for Mochi as they're forced into a bit of a retreat. Plenty of caustic barrels out, of course, to try and give the slow, to try and get the damage chip. But they're going in, JSA. They don't care. They're forcing the issue. They've got the Mastiff. They've got the down. Down goes Samarowski. Down goes Tukan. And JSA somehow managed to beat everyone that comes across their way. What
and
valuable
winners.
winners.
Valkyrie ult too, just to stun on him. Oh, hey.
Wow.
I have never seen a more absolutely vicious performance in my time of casting. This was just absolutely wild how this game went in their favor for the longest time. No matter how many times they were third-partied. Took the number 1 spot. No! 12 placement points, 22 kills, 34 total. What is this?
I think JSA might be stacked, folks.
I'm kind of scared of JSA, Reliq. I need my teddy bear. Give me my teddy bear.
In one game, they have managed to accrue almost double the amount of points of the second place team in Mochi. They got 10 kills, by the way. Let's not look, too far behind here. Mochi have done really decently, as have Sirens, of course, picking up 7 kills, but so many teams coming out of that with donuts across the board, caked up. Arc, massive surprise there to see them drop so early. Sexy Aim Assist and Loch Ness is, of course, one of the first teams that we were on board with, not able to get any points at all. No kills, no nothing. Flower Power, one of the first teams eliminated, able to get 3 points on the board by wiping one of those 4 squads. Of course, plenty of ebbs and flow to come later in the evening, I imagine, Ash. This is how Apex works. Game 1 does not set the precedent for the rest of the day, or at least everyone except JSA will be hoping it doesn't set the precedent, because if we keep on seeing more of that, uh-oh.
Yeah, honestly, my team, Viejos Pelones, I was rooting for them so much. And then, dead. But that's okay. Like you said, we have the rest of the day to go on. Sad, man.
So sad. So savage.
So sad.
More. Oh. But anyway.
Why?
I must check with our lovely production. We have breaks in between games, do we not? We have a little break for everyone to catch their breath? I imagine so. And so we're going to catch our breath because... If I had a hat, I would tip it doth, because finally we can do a lovely introduction without too much worry at all. Hi, I'm Reliq, and them over there, they're Ash, or over there, wrong way. Welcome to the Soul League, welcome to the Celestial Cup, and welcome to our prelude to game number 2. If you're just joining us, sorry, you missed the first game, and what a first game it was, Ash, as JSA took everybody to town, and it seems they got money to splash.
Listen, when I tell you, I have never in my career. Seeing anybody blaze through an entire lobby that fast. And I'm a little concerned about how JSA is managing to beat the odds here, but we're not going to question it.
No.
They won the first game and
Yeah.
somehow managed to beat an entire Caustic and Horizon defense at that. When usually should have lost, but no, still alive. Good for
Like a
them.
boxer, I mean, like a boxer on the ropes. They were constantly there,
True.
but somehow it's just like and somehow managing to win the fight. Now I wonder whether our lovely producer Etsuki has the scoreboard after game number 1. Of course, it's the easiest scoreboard to figure out because we know the kills and we also know the amount of points. Long story short, JSA have a lot of points, getting 22 kills in that first game. Of course, 12 points as well on top of that for finishing first. And so you can imagine that the damage is pretty high as well. And there it is, 7,000, with the closest next being the Sirens taking 4,381 out the game. Not that that gives them more points, of course, but it's interesting to break this down and see just how dominant JSA were in that particular performance.
Man, I can't even get my 4K badge this day if it's that easy. Oh man.
Hey, just join JSA. That's the plan,
Okay,
right?
true. That's very true. But you know what? I mean, I play Apex. I'm a Fuse main. I don't think anyone would be able to take me at that point.
Hey, I'm a Pathfinder main. I'm known for just running away at this
See,
point.
that's based. Fuse, on the other hand, I get flack for being able to blow stuff up when it's fun,
That's
but
cool.
at the same time, yeah.
Tell you what's not cool though is being relegated out of the Soul League, at least for a week, and for all those teams on 0 points, including the likes of Caked Up and Arc, which was probably the biggest surprise given their form in the qualifiers, which we had a week ago. You don't want to be finding yourself on 0 points in maybe a few games time. Essentially, the way this works is if you're in the top 15 by the end of today, after all of the points accrued, hey, good for you. You've got an invitation to next week. And that's another chance to potentially win 300 or a share, I should say, of the $350 that are on offer for the top 3 at the end of the day. But of course, if you're in that top 5, you might not even be in week 2 because you've got to apply for an invitation rather than the automatic invitation coming your way. But that's a good thing, of course. We're only at the beginning of the day, Ash, and so there's plenty of time to recover that position. But as is the case with a lot of professional Apex, you don't want to leave your redemption arc until too late in the story. Otherwise, it might be a little bit of an anticlimax.
That is true. Honestly, a lot of underdog teams here. And again, even if you start off at 0 points, it's not that bad. But of course, by the time we get to other maps, say like Storm Point, you might want to start worrying. Game 2 or Game 3, you might have a bit of an issue. So, of course, plenty of time to catch up now. But by the time that happens, yeah, you might want to just speed it up a little bit. Maybe just get 1, maybe 2 kills, or maybe 10. That works too. Always works.
We could talk about the difference between the maps as well, of course, given the amount of more stuff that Stormpoint has in general, the use of vehicles, the use of your mobs with your prowlers and with your spiders as well, the potential strategies that you can take there along with the gravity lifts. Yes, I know that we got the geysers. I know we got the geysers on World's Edge. They're pretty cool. Lava's pretty interesting as well. But we got gravity lifts, baby, on Stormpoint. And so really, as much as there are more opportunities to do things right on Stormpoint, there's also a lot more that could go wrong, I feel, on Stormpoint. And it makes a great map, I think, to basically join the second half of our evening on.
Yeah, honestly, that is true. And with Storm Point, of course, I don't know if this was patched or not. And if you're listening, right, play casual or ranked Apex. One little key to being able to survive, different pushes or whatever. I know people don't play crypto. Crypto drone, aggro some of those prowlers or spiders, leash them, and you're able to get a couple people with it. Good. Totally foolproof. No one's gonna notice. I mean, you might get banned for a couple of weeks. Who knows? Still works though. Little useful tip from Ash.
It's a great tip. We have to wait until Stormpoint to find out, of course. But you're right. Unfortunately, crypto is one of those very niche picks. True. Yes, it is hype. Also, I hear you, Zephyr. We want more Newcastle. Newcastle has the theoretical possibilities to change everything, and yet we're not seeing it change everything. I demand more. It's enough of the horizons, enough of the caustics, enough of the. Be different. Be Vantage. It's new. Hey, be Rhapsody. Boot up Apex
Wait,
Mobile.
hold on a minute. Mobile. Dude, you know this is a cast for the PC version, right?
Oh, no way. Oh, all of my notes gone to waste. What a
Man, 6
nightmare
pages
I
from
find
Google
myself
Docs,
in.
ripped out,
I did.
torn up. Relic, I'm so disappointed, man. Again.
Oh,
Man,
I'm trying to
Rhapsody
make a
would be
good
cool.
impression here. Rhapsody would
I
be
don't
really
think
cool.
it's
Fade would be really cool as well. I feel like Fade is probably the more liked of the two at the moment. Again, Fade
True.
would be more. It's mobile Apex. Now let's look forward. JSA. They say that the harder you work, the harder you can fall. And I feel like this is the major worry for JSA going into game number 2. As much as they had a phenomenal first game and kept on rolling and rolling and rolling so many third-party engages that they managed to come out of with flying colors, now they must be worried. I know that the old saying goes that now they're the ones with the targets on their back, but really they are. And if anybody's looking for an early engage before they get up to speed, I feel like that's going to be a lot more tempting an option than perhaps the more conservative sort of play styles that we see naturally from a game number 1.
Gotcha, and it looks like this hotspot is going to be Lava Siphon, which, you know, a lot about people drop. But, oh man, I do see a crowded fragment. Relic, do you know what this means?
What does this mean?
Oh, third party after third party after third party. Bodies. So excited. Let's go. Finally, my time.
Well, we do start with JSA, but they are at neither of these sites. They are in fact over at Skyhook, and once again, it seems that they've been able to find themselves a position, Ash, where they've really got no one else around them. They got the entire town to their mercy. VLL, it looks like they have joined them, but no, sorry, they're over in Fragment. They are actually over in Fragment. These buildings, they all look the same. But JSA, with time to build up their deployments, that's slightly worrying. VLL, one of the conglomerate in this center, and they've already got themselves an airdrop. Still early days, of course, but no early engages to speak of as of yet.
True. Then again, all it takes is 1 second to get shot at, and the moment that happens, I'm guaranteeing you, I want some blood in the water. But besides that, of course, JSA just over in the corner. I think the one thing that propelled JSA to winning that last match was the fact that they were able to build up for so long and then got all that height to pretty much everything. And, you know, great positioning, great tracking, and, you know, just one.
I think it was really that second engage when we picked up with them, wasn't it? Where they were able to get that chokehold and then wrestle away that building control. And from there, they were able to push up and then retreat back. And they just played their odds really well. So on top of the excellent early game, they picked and choose their team fights really nicely. Although, yes, eventually some of the team fights came to them, but they sort of took to it like a duck to water. And that's great credit to them and their ability to go with the flow, which, I mean, that is your number 1 skill here in Apex Legends.
True, and I feel as if by JSA winning last game, they may have inadvertently woke up 2 sleeping giants that did absolutely beautiful in the qualifiers. EOS, who we are watching right now, and oh man, I forget the name. Viejos Pelones? Viejos Pelones. Which, Ben, listen, man, I know you're probably watching this. We got to talk about your pronunciation.
It's a Google Translate away, man. It's
True.
a Google Translate away.
True.
And you're home and dry. Although, having done French for 5 years, let me tell you that there are some pretty dodgy... There are some translations, and there are some shots fired. Shield broken here as JSA decide to skip away. It's almost like the boogeyman under the bed, isn't it? Does it exist? Does it not? Well, the shield went down, so something must have happened as they move into the survey camp for a little bit more looting and a little bit more engaging as well.
Yeah, I was about to say, that 30-30 this season, especially if you have the Skull Piercer hop-up, does a hell of a lot more damage. And you want to be careful of that, especially the headshots, too.
Sexy aim assist. They kind of left their mate behind there to pursue a better advantage in regards to height. Although, are they going to come back for their teammate? Well, the answer is probably not. It's 2 against 3 early doors against the runaway winners from game number 1. Might be better to just pay your losses and wait until later on to try and pick up those juicy late game points for placement. Looks like they are still hanging around though. Hope is the ultimate killer, Ash, I think.
Oh, that is... Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Wow.
There's so much going
wow.
on.
well, they used to be known as Envy. They're now known as Lust. The only thing they're going to be lusting for after this is that their teammates weren't down. Renee, the only one up right now. There was hellfire there. I think there were a couple of arc stars. A revive is going to come through at the very least on Scar. But there's the exhibit, and they're going to be onto them. It's the Sirens, third place from game 1.
Oh my god. And yeah, just like that, Scar is gone. Sirens, honestly, they took the chance, and honestly, it was beautiful. And Lustus does not look good here. You have 2 down, 1 in need of a revive, and 1 in need of a respawn banner picked up. Yikes.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
As the Sirens are able to get another shield break, but Chalice there with a lot of damage done.
My
Gonna have that full
I'm clutching my pearls right now, Reliq.
And it's the Wraith Portal, of course, so this really advantageous for Rennie. They've managed to get Scar's Beacon once again. Perif still down, hasn't been revived. Might it be better? Well, unfortunately, no, it's not better because they sussed them out. Lust is eliminated, our first gone from game number 2.
Oh man, RIP Fly High. Honestly, Lust tried to give a good performance here. Unfortunately, did not end well as they were just pushed to all high water. My goodness.
It's
All
Control
right,
Freaks.
Control Freaks.
Yeah. Winks with the pick. Early kill. Always nice to get on the board. But it's a big engage here up against Sirens, who are not looking too hot on the shield front. Decent. Full. But not exactly plentiful. As that's a that's a laser coming at you. That's a spicy charge laser, and that's a lovely Wraith utility there to get away. Are Sirens going to engage? I don't think they are. They've already got their early picks, and yeah, Control Freak choosing to move away from this one.
Okay, honestly, that was a good thing. There was so much going on, especially with Sirens. And that charge rifle, when I tell you, brought back some very, very awful memories of, Titanfall 2. And considering it's an Apex, of course, not that much damage, but still able to pick off a lot of people, especially if they are on low health without shields. Even with shields, it's still pretty good to use.
Let's explore this way.
Control Freaks. Again, moving around, looking for Sirens, who are still holed up here. JSA, oh, that is actually a shield knock. Ovally getting the shield cell off, and the Watson ult has gone down. Not by their team, mind, but a Watson ult has gone down, which does inadvertently help JSA here. As this, of course, a different fight further infield. Oh, nice pick, and a down on Wanda Nikki. That's Chalice, of course, over. Ooh.
Listen, we said beam, we said laser even. At that point, that's not an R301 anymore, Reliq. That's a charge rifle in the form of R301.
That is a charge rifle. Of course, we got two different engages going on here. As looks like it's not going well for Veneer. They're in another fight as JSA move forward. And that is a down on Himmy. That is Sexy Aim Assist gone. Down to 18 squads. Caked Up is, of course, the team who's facing up against JSA. Really nice movement here. More damage than I think JSA would have liked, but Caked Up are gone. Veneer are gone. Early drop for them here as they are going away with 0 points unless they picked up some kills of their own. LNW join them, and we're down to the top 15.
Like I was said, it's a little concerning if you are going out, I know, without kills and without 0 points. That placement's not going to be good. The best thing you want to do, play for placement, maybe play for kills here and there. But that elimination for Veneer, ooh, I don't know about that, man. Might be a little rough.
It's always interesting to see the scoreboard once everything is updated. Viejos Polones again gone, but at least they've picked up a placement point. Looks like they went down to Ari, Stan, and Odd. As we join up with Mochi. And Mochi, of course, second placed. Not looking like they've been too lucky with the loot. They got themselves a flatline and PK here with Tucan. And Mochi, I think, will be probably the most aggrieved of all the teams from game number 1, given that they basically stayed in the same place for so long. They've got another team in a chokehold here. It's Bruisers. They're in the ring. Thankfully, the ring not too damaging. They're able to rotate around, but they do find themselves with a bit of a rock and a hard place situation, especially when the hard place is Mochi. I know, not really hard. Very squishy is Mochi, but this Mochi not so squishy, of course, and still plenty of time to go, but the ring looking to close in on a lava station finale.
Oh my god, there are so many Seers on this map. It is just ultimate after ultimate.
He's
and
back.
It looks like Bruisers is getting lasered here. My god! Well,
I did say that Mochi would have a point to prove, and a point they have proven against Bruisers, who we did say actually they were one of the unfortunate teams to go down against JSA. And now a quick turnaround here for Mochi, who do you see someone in their sights? The question now is who, and the question is, can they get him?
That is true.
Flower
actually, it
power.
is Flower Power. Who would have thought? I was about to say Mochi might have been sandwiched between maybe one or two teams. I think we're just looking at one here. Then again, I could always be wrong. There could be somebody holed up in one of those buildings, or maybe even underneath something just ratting to all hell.
Yeah, no, I think they took down Bruisers, and now it's the turnaround as Flower Power looked to move in and didn't really realize how good Mochi was going to be here on this turnaround. They're now holed up in this little band. Oh, but that is a second team, most definitely. So it's not just Flower Power who is in on the fun. And Flower Power, I would think, know this. And Mochi in a bit of a predicament.
Yeah, I was going to say, Toucan might want to be careful because, you know, sandwiched between one, maybe not one, but two teams. One of them, maybe both of them, having charged rifles. And that is not going to be healthy in the long run for anybody involved.
Mochi now looking to move to where the Bruisers were, actually. The ring moving in, of course, as well, but they can afford this as there is still someone still back there. The Mummies eliminated, so maybe it was a different team. Maybe I was just getting confused. It was the Mummies back here rather than the Bruisers. In any case, it's another team down. We're into the top 10 at last. For Funnies is on the other side of this ring.
All right, looks like they're trying to gatekeep here, seeing if anyone comes through the ring, but it doesn't seem like it, and they're probably going to head further towards, you know, inland. Oh, boy. That's going to do a hell of a lot more damage. Toucan better be careful and stock up on those syringes.
Yeah, Mochi's in a real tough place here as Funnies and Flower Power really got them boxed in. Oh, but Alouette pokes the head out, and the head almost gets blown clean off. As for Funsies, have got more than just Mochi to worry about here.
Oh my god, of course, poor Funnies having to Kraber. That Kraber, if anyone pops... Oh my god, I predicted it. It's 140 damage, absolutely cracked the shields, and I mean, you know, would be a good idea to push, but at the same time, there's so much going on, Reliq.
And would you believe it's Flower Power as well, and so the full rotation has come through.
Oh my god.
Gotta love just the tease through the window. Does make me question where Mochi has ended up in all of this as we're down to the top 9 now. For Funnies, difficult place to be. Both of these teams with their advantages, especially with that Kraber. You do not want to waste those shots. Only down to 6, and here is Mochi in a much better place than they were when we checked in with them 2 minutes ago. It's worked out beautifully for them as their two enemies are now up against each other.
Honestly, plenty of place to rotate here, and of course they're going to go with the Wraith Portal. Definitely a safe thing to do. Okay, plenty of Rift energy here. Oh, they are about to run into somebody else, aren't they? This might not end well for Mochi.
Or it's going to work incredibly well for Mochi. Let's see. That's a nice shield knock. Nice crits coming through. It's Ark, who have survived a distinctive amount longer than they did in game number 1, and they're going to be happy of that. Another sonar detection. People will know exactly where Mochi is. Of course, they've got that Wraith Portal to work with as well. Ark sitting pretty, though. Got plenty of ammo to work with. The R301 here on its Piku. They got themselves plenty of cover to work with as well. Mochi, not so much, but they do have options available. East or west, though, not great options. As with one path, you get 2 teams. With another path, you get 1. And they are cemented. They are locked down in a place to hunker in. Get plenty of picks from there. Long-range engagements. Mochi got to choose soon.
Okay, that is very true. One direction, of course, you have one team. The other direction, Kraber. At this point, I would have gone east, but you know what? West might be the best option for them. I mean, at this point, I'd probably play for placement here. As Flower Power, they're stuck in a little predicament of their own.
It's this standoff. You can almost see it down. Except instead of just waiting for the shots to fire, we're just chucking arc stars, we're chucking pot shots, we're waiting, and now we got the engage finally. It's going to be forced by the ring here as micro drones come through for Funnies. No shields knocked as of yet. Maybe there, the Vault at long range, not too great, and the Kraber is done. The pot shots are pot shots no longer. They're done shots. The ult coming through from the artillery, not that much. Actually, I say not that much damage. A Flower Power forced into a retreat here. Got to use up some shield cells. This is going to allow for Funnies to move on up themselves. And that is not great. Are they down? They're almost down. Maybe that's very bizarre. Oh, it's the Bloodhound ult. That makes a little bit more sense. I was like, why is it great? But of course it's great because of the ult. Yeah, Bloodhound makes sense even more. Flower Power, though, still not great. I guess they don't have much in the way of supplies here, or at least not much time to share their supplies. Mrs. Dopey there
Oh,
Okay, now they're able to share
yeah,
it.
I was
There
about
we
to say,
go.
plenty of syringes.
Yeah.
All
But they
right,
did-
it looks
of
like
course they don't
all
wanna
the
risk it.
seer tacticals are everywhere. I'm getting so much PTSD back to season 10 of when that seer tac used to have that flashbang. Yeah, my ears did not have a fun time and my eyes were blinded for 3 days straight that I couldn't even go to my math exam, man. It's so bad.
I feel bad enough for you that you had to go to a math exam in the first place, to be honest. Here's the engage finally. Flower Power think it's time. Down to the bottom row goes 4 funnies. And our Flower Power just keeping an eye on their backside here. They got... Yeah, there goes Nesties. Oh, but... Oh, no, there's the engage! There's the engage! And 4 funnies. It was a nice sneak tactic. As good as they probably could have gotten there, but it wasn't enough. And Flower Power survive for now.
Now, here I am thinking Flower Power probably would not have been able to make it, especially considering 2 of them did not have shields. 1 of them barely had shields. And here I am so concerned. At least pop a shield bat, sell something. And in the end, it worked out in their favor.
Yo, these ladies know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They're doing goo. They're doing goo as Ark has moved out of their hidey hole, and now Flower Power has got Ark to worry about. So, of course, Ark on the move. We still haven't really touched in with Mochi as we're into the top 8 here. The Bloodhound and Seer going to be excellent just for sighting. It's Piku, of course, with the Wraith. Really useful for that teleportation. But as of now, no need to engage, I feel, Ash, especially with the ring quite a way away here. 30 seconds.
That is true. And honestly, with a Bloodhound and a Seer on your team, this is why I love Seer so much, especially in these type of engagements. You can usually, sniff out and hear heartbeats where people are. And then with Bloodhound, you pop another scan and just, solidify that scan itself.
Flower Power, again, it's not Ark that they've got to worry about. They've rotated round and they found another squad. Giggle Autumn is down here as it is Mochi. We were asking where were they. They are here and they're going to have to make it out of here eventually. Sirens are gone. Flower Power are gone. Mochi managed to survive. Team Nothing is gone. I have not seen JSA drop though, which means they are once again top 5, continuing to steamroll the competition.
Oh man, Mochi better be careful here. Toucan pretty much almost dying to ring here. I mean, would have been a simple fix. But I can't believe I'm saying this. Reliq, do you think we could see Mochi claw their way to the top and maybe get a 1-up over JSA?
I hope for their sakes, yeah, especially when dessert and revenge, their dishes best served cold. As VLL, they don't have a cold pulse here. They have a hot pulse. And I do wonder whether this is JSA that we're looking at here. Out comes the artillery, hopefully knocking a couple of shields. Looks like none was got there as they rotate round. All red shields as well. And plenty of... Oh, now a yellow shield on top of that. Lupelia, nice pick here off the loot box. And it looks like we've got a third party involved as well.
Oh man, I was about to say, that final ring is looking particularly precarious. Finally, I pronounced that right after this long. As not exactly that much room to move, not that much room to maneuver. Of course, plenty of spots for defensive setups and to hide, but it looks like just everybody, including Mochi, is just getting third-partied from east to west, south, north, whatever. And they are... Oh, wow.
What a pick. What a pick on It's Piku. And it's a Hustle and Honey, so maybe JSA did drop and we just missed them from the top 10. Oh, massive damage coming through from Mimi the Mummy. She's got a 7-month-old child as Mimi. She doesn't say she's a mummy for nothing. Plenty of great damage done there, but is it enough for Angel Side to work with? Not great shielding. Now the ring comes in. Real bad scenario here for the Hustle and Honeys as Mochi looking to relocate here through the Wraith ult once again. Still 5 squads up, but I get the impression it's going to be 4 very soon as down go the Hustlin' Honeys. And a quick turnaround here as we're into a second engage.
Oh my god, Hustlin' Honeys went out so fast, and that Horizon ult's going to go down. A lot of grenade spams, including the Arc Stars, the frag grenades, whatever you can think of. And Mochi putting up as many gas barrels as they possibly can. Oh, this is getting intense. I'm actually sweating.
We all are. And so are the players as we're down to 3. It's Loch Ness. Loch Ness, he's made it to top 3. Ark made it to top 3, but they're not going to make it to top 2. And I think that Mochi might struggle to get top 1 here. VLL in such a great place. Wow, what a lot of damage onto Lupelia, though. That yellow shield shredded. Kalia down. It's down to Samurai Sky and Toucan. It's a 2v2. Make that a 2v1. And Mochi managed to win it from Bridesmaids to the Brides. Forget that I said anything about JSA. Mochi's the name at the top of the day for game number 2.
Oh my god, here we are expecting, an instant JSA. Well, no! Mochi said, yeah, bump that. Here's what we're gonna do instead. And pretty much clawed their way to the top instantly. I think JSA went out pretty early. Again, we probably didn't see it, but 12 points on that placement, 15 kills this game. That is
Yeah.
impressive numbers.
That's I don't. I'm wondering whether that takes them to the top of the leaderboard though, because you look at JSA. Yeah, they did drop before the top 10, but look at the 7 kills that they were able to pick up before they dropped. Hitting them up to 9 means that despite the fact that they didn't even make top 10 in the placements, they're still 4th overall in the number of points that they've been able to pick up. So a really great day at the office for them. Not so much for Caked Up and Sexy Aim Assist. That is donuts across the board for the second game running. Lust and Veneer disappointing as well. We look at Viejos Pelones as well. Great name, but once again, little points to show for it. Bruisers disappointing. EOS, again, underwhelming. 3 kills, yes, but only 1 placement point. One of the top 15 to go down. So, really, what we're looking at here is we're looking at Mochi and we're looking at JSA. And we're looking at 2 runaway leaders. I feel, of course, we'll get confirmation of the scoreboard when we do after the break. But a really much-needed game there from Mochi just to sort of put right the wrong of last game, especially given their advantageous positioning. But also for Ark as well, who we were a little bit worried about after game number 1. A roaring start to game number 2. And ultimately a top 3 finish. That's great points in the bag.
Honestly, there were so many times when Mochi could have gone down and pretty much had to fight their way out of so many situations, whether it be Seer Tacticals, Bloodhound Ultimates, or, heaven forbid, Caustic Traps. Because let's be honest, nobody likes those. It's stinky, smelly, and gets all over the place, sticks in the clothes, and does a lot of damage when it stacks. And said, yeah, hi, we're here for our first place trophy. Give us our placement points is essentially what Mochi said, and I could not be happier.
Clothes are going in the wash, and we're going for a quick break. But when we return, it's the final game on World's Edge. It's coming up after this.
Exciting.
Welcome back, friends, to the Soul League and to our prelude to game number 3, our breakdown of game number 2. Myself, Reliq, them, Ash, and Ash, JSA, not so much nowhere to be found, picking up some decent kill points, but not so much in the way of placement points. That going the way of Mochi, who, if Matt is correct in my mind, which to be fair, often it's not, might very well be top of the leaderboard maybe, but at the very least doing well. Yes,
Okay, and it looks like, wow, Mochi does take the first place and JSA drops down to second. Pretty impressive numbers, I'll admit. But at the same time, was not expecting, again, Mochi to even take the top spot in the last game in the first place, but did such an incredible performance that, honestly, color me impressed. Very, very impressed.
I'm just wondering whether those points are correct, though. Because if it's 12 points for a win, and if it's 9 points for a second place, then that puts them on 21 points. So we're not including the kill amount here. So we got to do some quick maths. So they're on like 46 points or something.
Okay.
So, oh Lord, here we go.
Oh, a
so
change.
Magic. Do take the lead. Magic. Whoa.
Witchcraft.
So,
oh man.
Here's the actual rankings. Mochi first on 46. They do take the lead from JSA, but it's only by 3 points. As I suspected, runaway leaders from, it looks like, Sirens on 21. They're third, ahead of VLL in fourth on 16. 14 points as well. Basically, Mochi, JSA, looking good, plenty of points, and already at this early stage, Ash, maybe don't have to worry so much about their points totals going forward. For other teams, though, we've got the likes of Caked Up, Sexy Aim Assist, yet to get a point on the board. This is their last opportunity to do so on World's Edge.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's game 3. They're in danger of relegation here. And with 0 points, it's not looking great. So they need to put up some very, very big numbers this time around, for sure.
So just getting stuck in. Where are we thinking? Are we going to see a massive deployment in Fragment once again? Well, not as much concentration. In fact, it is. I would say that's the most spread even map that I have seen in a solid year.
Yeah, I was about to say, not seeing that much again in Fragment. And that ring, it's okay. How much you want to bet that ring would actually end up Bloodhound Trials and how wild that would be?
That would be wild. If I was to take an educated guess, I would say more likely Skyhook as your final destination. But hey, that's the fun of any sort of battle royale, right? Unless you are a super nerd and know every single ring location. We don't know, and there's some fun to not knowing as we're looking around. And speaking of Bloodhound Trials, well, would it, you know, Flower Power's there. Are we going to see some fun and games?
Yeah, I was going to say, plenty of good loot to find here, and unfortunately, plenty of prowlers that come with it. And I mean, sure, you're in Bloodhound Trials, thinking you might be safe for a little bit. You have your ammo, you have your weapons. Anybody could come through those doors and drop down on top of you, and you might be in a little bit of danger here.
I see the question. As some these prowlers are so loud. They're so loud. It's scary.
My ears.
It distracts me from the question. Ziv Progression asks us in chat. Real question: does Reliq have tea? Well, if you're talking about gossip tea, then yeah, plenty of that. If you're talking about like drinkable tea, I'm gonna disappoint you. I'm a hot chocolate man.
Oh my gosh, my ears. I know I can hear myself casting at the same time. Okay, there we go. No, Reliq, that is a great question. What kind of tea do you have, drinkable or not?
Oh, I don't. I have hot chocolate.
Wow. I'm so disappointed in you. You've disappointed the entirety of the United Kingdom.
If y'all are interested in what I'm drinking right now, and might I recommend, by the way, not a sponsor, but feel free to sponsor, 7-Up free cherry flavor. Super delicious, 0 sugar, delightful.
And remember, kids, if you're looking for something healthier, water. Drink water. Buy Ashurvok. This is totally not sponsored. Yeah, it's great.
Water's great. I'm not disowning water or anything. You know, that H2O makes you go, whoa, but, you know, in a good way. Let's focus on the Apex. JSA. Disappointing, maybe in game number 2, but given the performance in their game number 1, does it really matter? Again, really what you want to do across week 1 is place top 3, because then you're in with money, right? Then you've got a share of that $350. If you're not in the top 3, all you got to do is place 15th or higher. Doesn't really matter outside of that. You got yourself your invitation to game number 2. That's an excellent early pickup.
Oh, the Mastiff. I remember this thing all the way in the days of Season 0 and Season 1, how much damage it did. I mean, sure, not the same, but at the same time, wow, those wingman shots connecting.
I feel like I'm in a plane going to supersonic speed or something. The booms, the shots, the explosions. Very loud in my ear right now. And Veneer wanting to get up and loud after a disappointing game to themselves. Out from the bottom 5. They're up against Mommies, another team that's struggling to find those points. Arcstar goes out. Second Arcstar goes out. Thermite just for funsies. And Ushi Gushi goes down. Yusaki goes down. Renee is down. And not looking great here for Veneer, as there's a third party involved as well. Looks like Veneer's down to 1. Mummy's down to 1. Veneer comes out on top. And that's a brilliant clutch save here from Insepultus. Oh, Insepultus? Insepultus. There we go. They get the first squad of the day. And they get themselves a much needed couple of picks.
Here I am thinking, okay, we might see a loss from Veneer. No, they managed to drag themselves out. I cannot say the same for Viejos Pelones, as it does not look like they're in the best situation. That ring closing in pretty fast. 2 of them down. One of them not exactly doing the best on health either. Oh. Well then. Maybe not.
Well then, indeed. And that's not great for Lust, because that's the second consecutive game that they found themselves out in the bottom 5, and I'm not sure that they got any picks off that as well. So they've changed their name from Envy to Lust, and they're still lusting over points that they do not have. On board with the Control Freaks now. Of course, checking in with Wonder Nicky Winks. And Jason? Is that Jason? Maybe. Winks, shield knocked, a lot of health gone. Who are they engaging? We'll have to wait and find out.
That's true. I saw that Vantage laser come back for a second. Here I am thinking somebody was at least going to get down maybe 100 damage, you know, to headshot or even crack some shields. Fortunately, Control Freaks just narrowly avoiding that, whether it came from in front or behind.
And as for funsies, nice use of the Wraith portal. And not looking to push up too hard. I like this, honestly. Just to scare your opponents, but not do much with it. Flower Power find themselves back in and around the staging area. Miss Dopey caught out of sight, though. Shield knocked. Man. They're going to knock another shield. Great flank there coming through from Giggle Autumn. And whoever this is, I have a feeling they're going to be going down in quick order as well. It is the Bruisers. They find themselves third squad eliminated.
Honestly, Bruisers could have had the advantage here. Unfortunately, that Caustic ult went out so incredibly fast, took off some health, and just with the R301 shots, can it double R301? Wait a minute. I never even realized that. That's an interesting back-to-back pick here. But yeah, it just wasn't enough as Bruisers went out so incredibly fast.
Hey, you know when I said for funsies, I like the fact that they weren't pushing up too hard. They did, and they're our fourth squad eliminated. So,
oh my god,
you know, maybe stick to your strategy, boys. As Ark are doing, a lovely, healthy-looking shield situation for Ark. Just, you know, lying in wait above Bloodhound Trials. They've got themselves a good overwatch of Skyhook and indeed the Ring. And if I am correct, then they're pretty good for the long game as well, if the Ring does end up within the city.
True. If it ends in Skyhook, of course, you have plenty of places for defensive positioning. You have plenty of places, you know, to get that high ground advantage. And then again, lots of close quarter spaces for combat. Might be the safest, depending on who you have. It might not be the safest, you know, if you're unable to scan, unable to hear anybody outside, because Lord have, you know, footstep audio. Respawn, please. I beg, fix that. And at the same time, sure, it's a great place, but a dangerous place for third parties.
There's a lovely just general view of the map, and really showing why Ark had to leave that vantage point. If it is going to focus in on Skyhook, as it looks to be doing, then you want to get yourself into a better position within the city before everyone else joins. Back to Fragment now.
Oh man, my favorite place. Of course, Blitzkai's favorite place. You know, City. We just love City. Fragment, no more. It's just City again.
It's the Fragmented City. A combination of the two names.
It's just, yeah, broken city, if you will, but Fragment's cooler. And it looks like Hustle and Honey's using that Valkyrie ult to get positioning here, too.
They are one of the furthest out, and Veneer's back into the fire once again. Not lacking shield cells, but perhaps lacking time to use the shield cells. Under a lot of pressure here. as they look to move away and move more towards the various lava areas that are on show. It's VLL, who of course placed second. Confidence high here, as they got the advantage as well. They see that Valkyrie. That is, I imagine, the Hust and Honeys here moving over. But a lot of short-range weaponry. The R301 not able to get much damage. And they have relocated quite nicely there.
Okay, that is honestly a great spot to relocate. However, they are getting shot at by every person in the lobby. There's so much going on here. And honestly, pretty cool, actually. I mean, sure, they might be low in shields, but caked up. Looks like we got a Watson. That is, pretty rare in comp. But you know what? I dig it. I vibe with it.
I don't fancy their chances. Their shield situation and health situation, not great. They have not got many points on the board, and they won't be getting any placement points if things continue as it is. Easy pick on the Watson ult. In goes the grenades. In goes the Arc Stars. Veneer are on the hunt, and they are looking for blood. And caked up, well, the cake might not be fully cooked here. They're stuck in a corner. They're stuck in a bad place. Veneer moving in. Veneer closing the deal beautifully. And caked up are caked down. Surely they are our 5th squad eliminated.
You know what? I'm gonna say it right now. Yusaki, as a member of the Church of Fuse, as many grenades as you just put out in a millisecond, honorary member. Welcome to the club. Absolutely beautiful on the stand there.
Back to the Lava Siphon, Flower Power, and Mochi, old adversaries, of course, in game number 2. Finding themselves in a very similar place as well to where their last firefight was held. Flower Power, the losers in that particular scenario, but Mochi not doing so hot on this occasion, having to pull out.
Yeah, I was going to say, Flower Power could have a chance for some payback here, especially against Mochi, because we all remember what happened last game. But Mochi looks like they're going to pull back here, maybe get placement. However, those Valkyrie missiles definitely connecting for 25 damage to Evo Shields.
Flower Power now looking to move forward, of course. They are well enough inside the ring until now. And now it's a case of trying to find themselves that first choke point to give themselves the up and over. Mochi, they've been in tight spaces before in game number 2. They were able to rotate out really efficiently to the point where they were able to go on and win game number 2. Of course, our current points leaders after game number 2 at that as well. They're still difficult to be in here. Oh, Flower Power. Some damage done onto Dopey, some damage done onto Giggle Autumn. But still a bit of a stalemate here.
It looks like they might be able to counter. They might be encountering a third party over in the distance, more towards south, maybe southwest. And of course, trying to fight Mochi is going to be a little hard. And it's Veneer. Okay, looks like they rotated.
It's a favorable rotation for them, not so much Mochi, as they are stuck in. They're stuck in their home, and the big bad wolf is coming to break the doors in. The caustic barrel is off, and Mochi. They just got to hope for the best here.
Oh, Mochi fighting for their lives right here. They are sandwiched in between two teams. Of course, great usage on that Horizon Tactical, heal up on your shield badge, shield cells, whatever. And it looks like Flower Power might be pushing here, and they lose their Valkyrie down so quickly.
Not great. Not great for Flower Power. They were the ones in command, and now they find themselves without any command. Hiding, hoping for a sneak attack. Princess the only one to get out of there. How long are they going to be able to keep this offensive going? Mochi finally out of their hidey hole and got plenty more shields to go. Samurai Sky, though, down to 10% health. Not looking great for them. Kyla, now down is Samurai Sky at that actually as well. Kyla, Toucan, they're still up, and they are forced all the way back as Veneer, there you can see, rotated out into the grasslands. Toucan almost with the shield down. Got the Phoenix kit, so not much worry there.
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, that was a flying Cossack I just saw a second ago. And unfortunately, Samurai could not make it out to get a revive. So that respawn banner is going to be incredibly risky. But at that point, I just say cut your losses and play for placement.
Yeah, Flower Power definitely going to be feeling aggrieved after that one. They were in such a good place, and all of a sudden, they were not. And that was thanks to VLL and Veneer rotating round. Yes, it's just the way it goes sometimes when everyone congregates in the same place. You're going to find yourself switching from a place of hope and enjoyment to a place of misery and suffering. VLL quite content to get out of dodge, and they're moving into Skyhook. They are prioritizing placement for now.
All right, that's a smart idea. What you want to do, right? Move far into Skyhook, right? Of course, you're going to have your other squads heading in. But as long as you have that high ground advantage, or even just, cramped up in a building, you should be fine. I cannot say the same for Ashki. Yikes.
Loch
Whoa.
Nessies. Oh my goodness me. It's so visceral, the wingman. I still love it to this very day. Such a lovely, meaty weapon. And it's a meaty weapon that silences the sirens. That is an early elimination for them. They went out, I'd say, middle of the road in game number 2 as well, didn't they? So after a very decent game number 1, starting to slip back in the pack just a little bit. EOS moving up the pack, however. Terrible game 1. Decent game 2. They'll be looking to continue the upward trend as Horizon moves upward through the hands of Arima Kishka. They're, of course, on top of this massive building, so lovely vantage point, but they've got to watch out for all angles.
My God, there's just going to be a seer left, right, everywhere at this point. If EOS continues to stay up there, sure, they have the, oh, wow, sure, they have the advantage of high ground. At the same time, you have to worry about your seers, your Mad Maggies, your Bloodhounds, your Gibraltars. Lord have mercy on you. All it takes is one aerial defensive bombardment, and you just might have to run.
Team Nothing also a part of this. I wonder if we can get just an overview of all the teams. I imagine all of them would be in and around the city by now. I doubt there's going to be many on the outskirts, if any.
Let's go this way.
And here we are, just looking for placement. Everyone pretty, again, much like the beginning of the map, everyone pretty evenly spread out. So it's more a question now of who wants to get that engage. And it looks like we will have an engage through Kyla here, through VLL. It looks like a 2v3 engage potentially.
Oh. True. I was going to say, you got to be careful because, again, that ring does a hell of a lot more damage this time around. If you get stuck out there or gatekeeped by another team, you just got to pray. At this point, be very careful. And for Arc especially, just down to one person. You've lost your Sheer, you've lost your Wraith, meaning you're not going to be able to scan enemies, hear their heartbeats, and easy escapes. Ugh, yeah. All access just cut off.
Oh, they've been found, and I think they're going to go down pretty soon. Mochi, they're already half down. Make that 2/3 down. Arc is eliminated. Unfortunately for Jason, not able to survive on their own. Once they were found, they were taken down, and that 2v3 did not work well for Mochi because there was a third party involved. It's just Kayla up and about now, and I don't think it's going to be for much longer. It's 1v1, it's 2v1, but a down has come in here, so able to get onto the other side of the door, able to pop 1 or 2 shield cells. Maybe it's the Control Freaks, the third party involved. Another down. Not a down on the entire squad yet. And Kayla, remember, still in and around. Sexy aim assist. They made it almost to the top 10. At least they got points on the board. Important as they tried to make it out of the bottom 5 by the end of the day.
Oh, yikes. Nothing good for Veneer right now. It's just surrounded by grenade after grenade after grenade. The Gibraltar bubble goes down, and it might have been able to save them, but not for long, as they are just getting third-partied by almost everybody on the map, heading into Skyhook outside of that ring.
Veneer's down 1 as well. And this is the problem when you come into Skyhook, especially with these lower rings. You're going to find yourself dropping teammates pretty rapidly. LNW still lucky to have 3. Make that 2 as 1 goes down. They've got good cover here to get the revive off, but are they going to have time for the revive? They've got to keep an eye on not just the door in front of them, but the door above them as well. They know that there are a lot of recons in the particular squads that they're going up against. They're going to try and take their moment now. They should be able to get it. Indeed, they do get the revive. JSA, they've been able to survive to the top 8 now, and still looking pretty handy as well, getting some pop shots, I should say, on that central tower.
I was about to say, JSA spotting another team here. It looks like they're playing for placement, you know, staying careful, being sure to avoid any of the teams, whether it be inside or outside the ring. That final ring is looking in a pretty interesting position right here. It looks like Hustling Honeys there hold up inside of here. We're just going to see what they do in a second. This is very dangerous.
It's very dangerous, and especially given their shield situation, they are not going to last long in a team fight when you consider the loadouts of everyone else, it seems, currently within the city. They're just peeking. They're just peeking. It's dangerous. It's worrying. It's anxiety-inducing. But you know what? If they are able to succeed in a team fight, Ash, that boosts their chances massively for top 5.
Oh, that is very true. And it looks like this... Okay, looks like we might actually have a squad hanging in the building over there that looked like a Horizon, and it's LNW. Okay, good to see them. Oh, they might be in danger, though. Actually, hold up. Maybe not. Maybe not. Then again, those Eli shots did not connect.
Shanashai, what on earth? Vendetka takes down Shanashai eventually. Angel side down, so that's over with the Hustling Honeys. Lightyear's taking down Odd, and so I think that's 2 for Team Nothing still up. LNW down 1. So little health as well. Control Freaks, of course, still in and around here. And that's a great placement on the Hustlin' Honeys, who do go down. They do not reach top 5. They do reach top 8, however. Good points in the bag. LNW not looking good for them. Yoasi on so little health. And LNW is gone, courtesy of Control Freaks.
And RP LNW fly high. Rest in peace. Control Freaks absolutely capitalizing on this situation, pushing as hard and as fast as they could. And managing to get the building in this case, too.
Looks like JSA and Mochi, two adversaries here. In the early days of the Seoul League, it appears that we've seen both of them make top 6 once again. Oh, that's not a great hidey hole. That's a very open hidey hole. And Janie gets out a dodge and has got plenty of cover as well. A lovely orchestrating effort there just to get some damage off. Trying to pop some health packs. Trying to pop some shield cells. Especially getting into the final stages as JSA is bombarded by artillery. On top here of the train station here, JSA, it's Alvalia here on the top of the train station. Not too much damage, however, not as much as I'm sure the Valkyrie would have wanted. Oh, overly. That's not a great rotation. It's Sabs on top of the train station, I should say. Control Freaks, of course, the next team that they're looking to try and pop off here. But good cover for the moment. That said, we're on the final ring. How good is this position really going to be? Not great for Wonder Nikki. They're down.
That is true. They have the movement advantage. You have your Horizon, you have Ash. You can teleport pretty much anywhere, as long as Ash sees it. But at the same time, you really need to be careful in this situation. You have not one, but 2 teams pretty much aiming to get you. You're in a place where there's plenty of open space. You got hiding holes, but all it takes is one person to push, and you might not be there for long.
Another down, and Team Nothing is eliminated. Was that the ring that got them? Maybe JSA is gone as well. There were picks going on, and I had a little eye over on it, and that's really, I guess, good for them because they got 4th. Not great for them. They were probably hoping for top 3 once again. Control Freaks, that is not a lot of health. Wonder Nikki up for a matter of minutes, and it looks like we're going to have a massive moment here from VLL. They were 2nd, I should say, in game number 2. A middle-of-the-road performance in game number 1. They're going for glory in game number 3. Here's Mochi. They're going to be bridesmaids again. Mochi will continue their stint as top of the leaderboards, getting 2nd, 1st, and 2nd so far on World's Edge. What a performance from them. But VLL boost their way up the leaderboard with a much-needed victory here on World's Edge.
For real, here I am thinking, VL might not maybe the top of the leaderboard, but look at that. 15 kills this game. Control Freaks coming in 2nd with 13 and JSA with 5. Not exactly as powerful as their last couple of games, but still enough to get to that 3rd place position in match 3.
And you can see what I mean by being more conservative, Ash. Mochi with no kills whatsoever. And they were once again on the back foot, but picking up 9 crucial placement points, which is just going to aid them, of course. JSA with a total of 10. So Mochi continuing their stint at the top of the leaderboard. Cut down by 1 point, but still at the top by 2 VLL. Great for them. We look at those donuts. Caked up. Disappointing Sirens with only 1 placement point. Arc with only 1 placement point. Sexy Aim Assist is on the board with 1 point, but it's not good news for the Bruisers, who after an early start, middle of the road, looking good, solid. A couple of real dithering performances. Lust as well, suffering down there at the bottom for Funsies, and Mommy's going to be disappointed as well with 0 points picked up on that front. But looking at the positives there, solid games for both Mochi and JSA. Yes, less kills than we've seen them get in games 1 and 2. But the important thing, of course, is that they are just looking to secure themselves top 3, and that's exactly what they're doing. VL going to be very interesting to see how close they are to the top 2 now, because it was something like a 25-30 point margin that separated the runaways from the rest of the pack.
That is honestly true, and you were right in the beginning. The ring ended in Skyhook. Here I am thinking Bloodhound Trials maybe somewhere else. No, Skyhook was such an intense place for this game to end because you had 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 entire squads trying to head into that ring. One got gatekept, another unfortunately just blasted away in that hidey hole, and a few, of course, trying to use that Valkyrie ult only to get just shot out of the sky like that, making for it a pretty intense game 3 indeed.
Right, friends, good job. You made it to the halfway point. Get up, stretch your legs, hydrate, don't dehydrate, and make sure to be back with us in a few minutes as we head on to Storm Point. We'll see you then. Storms are brewing in the Soul League, and so far it's come in the form of JSA, Mochi, and VLL. Welcome back to week 1 of Split 1. Myself, Reliq, joined by Ash. And Ash, we have had 3 fantastic games on World Edge, all very different games, all very thrilling games, but now you've called Storm Point your baby. It is your map. So tell me, what different challenges are the players going to be facing as we move over?
Well, one thing, you have prowlers and spiders and so much more to worry about. Storm Point is full of hazards. Not many legends you can utilize on this map, so you're going to have to be very careful about who you pick, meta, off meta, or not. I mean, sure, you have your grav cannons for rotation, but at the same time, the last thing you want is to hit the other end of that grav cannon. Caustic tanks, Watson traps, whatever. So it's going to be a very interesting game to see here. And who knows, we might get Ben's wish of seeing Newcastle.
I do hope so. I do hope so. I think it's a very underutilized pick, especially on this map.
Very true.
A quick reminder, by the way, if you're just joining us, first of all, go follow us on all our socials. We've got ourselves at Sellers Cup. That's our Twitch, I should say, of course. At Celestial Cup is our Twitter. And keep an eye out for the Celestial Cup YouTube channel as well, where all of the highlights and all of the VODs from the last week are already up there. The highlights and VOD from today, it'll be up there. And guess what? Next week, all of the highlights and VODs will be up there. So it's worth subscribing just to give yourself a nice little catch-up mechanism in case you missed some of the action today. And of course, all of the action culminating in a divvying up of the $350 prize pool for week 1. Of course, it's $2,500 across the entirety of the first edition of Soul League. $165 for first, $105 for second, and $75 for third. Ash, break us down with these points.
All right. Hello, my name is Ashurvok. Welcome to the points overall leaderboard for the Celestial Cup. Right now in first place is Mochi with a total of 10,284 damage and 55 points with 25 kills stacked. JSA, of course, dropping down to second place, especially after game 2 and 3, with VLL and Control Freaks in third and fourth, respectively. Of course, Siren putting up some numbers here, Hustling Honeys and Flower Power managing to get their way to the top. However, it is not exactly looking great, especially for Caked Up, Sexy Aim Assist, and Lust. And of course, Lust managed to get 2 points from that placement. But Caked Up right now, they really need to get their butts in gear. Just to put it lightly.
The only team not to score a single point. And really, when I looked at ALGS, my own thought process is you're looking at that 10-point barrier. You're looking at securing 10 points. That might be enough. Not always going to be enough, but getting over 10 points is at least something of a safety barrier. I imagine everybody inside the top 10 as of now is probably going to be all right for that automatic invitation through to week number 2. But we will keep a close eye on those teams, especially Caked Up, to see whether they do pick up any points here. They got to get a gear on, really. And game number 4 here, as the spread pretty even. A lot of folks staying well clear of the center of the map. But we're also looking at some of the midfield teams as well. The likes of Veneer, the likes of Arcs, Arc and Sirens, of course, Team Nothing, as they look to try and hope for something along the lines of what VLL was able to accomplish, getting that all-important victory to take them up into potential top 3 contention.
Honestly, that is the one thing I love and hate about this map, Storm Point. There are plenty of places to rotate, but at the same time, every single rotational place is a choke point where you can just get equally messed up by any team on the planet, right? And so right now, it looks like Veneer is pretty much safe and sound. They have plenty of looting. All it takes is one push, maybe even a grav cannon, and you're going to have another team running after you.
Yeah, just hanging around the wall. Not much to do here. Mid loot drop. Mid-tier loot drop. I mean, to be fair, a purple shield for Yusaki, very nice given the level of loot drop they're going to get, but quite spread out as well, spreading the wings, so to speak, as they head into a prowler camp. And no early engages as of yet. It seems like very similar to game number 3, actually. Okay, I say early engages. Samurai Sky is down. Kalia is already down to a banner. Someone came after Mochi, and they wanted to eliminate them, is what I'm gathering here.
How did this happen that fast? How? Mochi got down so, like, we blink for 1 second. We look away, and it's like, okay, Mochi, you stay here. You stay fine. Oh, no, my child.
Control Freaks. It's Control Freaks. It must be. It must be. They're going for them. They're going for blood. Control Freaks. This would be one of the biggest early team slays of the day if Control Freaks is able to finish them off. They've managed to get Samurai Sky and Kalia down. Mochi, of course, got no kills worth mentioning in game number 3, but they did pick up decent placement points, 9, which is what has kept them in the lead going into game number 4. Now it's all down to Kalia to pick up more placement points. If JSA or VLL do as well as they did last round, the lead's not going to be theirs for much longer.
True, I was going to say, this is usually such a busy place on the map, and I was about to say, Caked Up is about to get some company, especially with the micro drones, especially with Seer and Mad Maggie you have to worry about. That is wall hacks, wall hacks, wall hacks constantly every day.
They're in the right place, Caked Up, but they're possibly going against the wrong squad. Sirens had a couple of quiet ones. And an early pick, especially against the team propping up the table at the moment, will be much welcomed. Caked Up, it seems. You got to say, they've got stuff to play for as well. An early pick here on any of Sirens, and that's one step. That's one small step towards getting themselves out of the relegation zone for week number 2. Of course, again, not to say that they won't take part in week 2, but they have to apply. They've got to be given the go-ahead by our league administrators, of course, as Sirens looking to rotate round, try and catch them unawares, but looks like Caked Up has this covered for now.
Oh man, there's so much going on. I think we're just about to hit third-party central all over again. Forget what I said about World's Edge being busy. This is about to be packed, and it's about to light up like a Christmas tree in the middle of July.
Flower Power is our first squad down. That is not as big as Mochi, but that is pretty big given Flower Power were top 10 and have featured heavily in games numbers 2 and 3. The black market goes down for Caked Up. They're going to be hoping that there's something decent that hasn't already been looted. Lovely Horizon ult coming through. Arc Stars out, forces them off of their vantage point.
True, I think that Horizon ult might have missed the mark, though. I saw that go way past its intended target. But you know what? The Arc Stars and the Frag Grenades might have recovered a little bit. And here come the shots from Sirens.
Always difficult. You got the cover, but you've also got to nail the angle. Sirens spread out here. They've got themselves in a duo, and Caked Up has a down. This is why they're pushing in now. They know that they've managed to knock one of them. Now can they get the other two? Looks pretty bad for Caked Up, and you've got to feel for this team. They remain pointless going into game number 5.
True, but honestly, this is such a good situation for Sirens. Capitalizing on those kills, especially a squad wipe, definitely gives them placement points. But man, oh man, I feel bad for that Seer who took a Mad Maggie ultimate, the Beyblade, right to the face.
Lust also gone. Another team struggling for points of Control Freaks. Early aggressors against Mochi. Managed to wipe out 2/3 of that squad. Now find themselves on the back foot. Got plenty of cover here. Able to pop the shells, but it's our good old friends, Viejos Pelones, as they look to get their first top 10 finish of the day. And I do hope that they can do so, not in the face of a charge rifle, though.
Yeah, I was about to say, there goes Loch Nessie's. That kill feed is absolutely lighting up. Viejos Pelones capitalizing on this advantage, this ground with that charge rifle. Reloading real quick. They have 1, 2, maybe 3 squads ahead of them. Maybe a couple of them pushing through that ring, and they might be able to get a couple kills here.
Just west of Launchpad, they do have plenty of grab lifts around should they want to rotate out. But why would they want to rotate out when they've got Control Freaks? Not even backs against the walls. They've got them literally in the wall, closing in. As we look towards Sirens now, the shield situation looking a lot better as they move infield and seek out more squads, dare I say. They've already spotted someone.
Man, Sirens cannot catch a break. Sure, they're coming off of another squad wipe with Caked Up, but it looks like Veneer is actually on the other side of here. And honorary Fuse main, despite playing Gibraltar, Yusaki. Love her, absolutely.
Shiro's got to get that. Shiro's got to get that shield situation under control before they want to go in for an engage. Maybe thinking that their opposition here have already rotated out and they can move in. Hustlin' Hummies. Not too great for them as Veneer's going to engage. They got the G7, good for long range. Again, backs against the wall scenario, even though they're uphill. Despite the low ground disadvantage, they've got the positional advantage overall.
Oh, that is true. And oh, Reliq, you smell that? It smells like a bombardment. Maybe, maybe not.
Oh, maybe considering rolling out here. I mean, I wouldn't if I was them, but another squad here, third party incoming. Unsure about who these are, but Lovely, lovely bits of damage done from Yusaki, and I think that bombardment you were yearning for is about to make its way onto the field.
Here we go.
They're waiting, and there it goes, the deployment out. I do not think it's the mommies here. Or is it? Have they actually moved past the hill? Yeah, it is the mommies on the other side. So they've been able to move outside of that bombardment range. Ark's gone. So was there another squad in there? So was it mommies and Ark on the other side of this ridge? It looks like that was the case. Mommies now with a difficult decision to make. Do they engage or do they again try and stay safe? They're going for the engage, looking for the looting. It might look to bite them in the butt here. Mighty Macaroni, not so mighty on that health. Veneer are down. Insep is gone in terms of at least additional help on the firefight. Shiro, Yusaki still up, and they're going to retreat back to get the revive.
All right, it looks like Veneer getting a reprieve here. Mommy's not exactly looking too hot as they are down, you know, trying to heal themselves up. But Inseptulus definitely going to have to heal up here with a med kit or at least a syringe. And here goes Bex. Wow. Ooh.
Shiro is cracked. And the mommies... Whoa! Bye-bye! Goodbye! It's...
Bye, have a beautiful time!
Just, my planet needs me, and the mummies are sent back to the lobby. 14 squads remain, and Veneer looking better and better with every game that goes by.
Honestly, and Yusaki already had red shields, everybody else at purple and blue, but still a significant advantage. I mean, too early to say this, but who knows? They might actually get a top 3, maybe top 2 placement here.
That's certainly what they'll be hoping for.
Oh, yes.
Sirens lurking. Sirens surrounded, it seems. LNW on the floor below them. So they're all looking outside, waiting for the engage.
Oh, God. Do they even know they're on top of each other? Imagine they don't. They just walk up there.
It's not so noisy neighbors. It's secretive neighbors.
Oh, gosh. Do they know?
Be very quiet.
Do they know? I don't think they know. Or maybe they do. Who knows?
Maybe they do. Well, they do now. They know now because there was a charge rifle and it was shot straight through the corridor.
Oh! Narrowly avoiding the charge rifle shot here. And it looks like Sirens is maybe heading towards LNW and the other team here.
There's going to be an engage at some point. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. Because Apex, if there's one thing that all Apex players share in common, no matter your gender, no matter your region, no matter who you are as a person, engaging and pushing forwards and pushing the issue is way more fun than just sitting around. And that is something that everyone... key. Exactly, right? So they're just across the way here. Not exactly noisy neighbors between floors, but noisy neighbors across the way. LNW here with a Kraber as well, Yoasi. That is better than the charge rifle, isn't it?
And there goes a Valkyrie. I wonder... Oh, it's Viejos Pelones. I wonder where they are actually heading. Who knows? Might head into another squad. Might be safe here. It's going to be hard to tell as they are just blasting through this foliage.
I was going to say, you can almost hear like... trying to make your way through that. As Hustle and Honey's down 1. Angel Sai and Mimi the Mummy.
Oh man, Hustling Honeys, they might be able to save the horizon here, and JSA not exactly in the best spot, narrowly avoiding a frag grenade from left.
There was a bit of damage there, but not as much as could have potentially come through. Really low on health. They're going to have to pop these med kits, and they do seem to be able to get away with it. I'm guessing they're engaging Hustling Honeys at this point.
Oh man, it is not looking too hot for anybody in this case. And from what he saw in that kill feed, another shot by the Kraber. Absolutely dangerous right now on the field. I just can't wait to see the Mastiff if it even comes out of a care package. And it looks like Sirens are going to capitalize on this with the Seer Tactical going down, managing to ping somebody on Hustling Honeys. And I think we're getting another engagement here, Reliq.
I don't think I've seen Angel Sai on more than blue shields today, as Veneer's going in on another team. Look at that. They've got... They already had one bleed out. They've got another down here on Sleepy Heyo. And it's not on JSA. So we might see another squad drop very soon here. It's either going to be Hustle and Honeys, JSA, or this team that Veneer is engaging. Hustle and Honeys, if they can get any picks on JSA, this will be massive. But that accuracy from Jane is so good. Takes a lot of damage, but a lot of damage dealt at that.
Okay, true. That was very close for Janie. We could have saw Janie go out so fast, and it looks like Sirens on top of this building trying to capitalize off of the height advantage. We saw that charge rifle come out, and how close it nearly took off a couple of heads.
Chalice, Angie, Ashki, looking around, and the sonar detects zilch. It detects nothing. But I think they did spot JSA here, and they might look to engage sooner rather than later.
True, engages is one thing. I personally, if it were me, right? If I were JSA, I think using that Valkyrie ult to get the hell out of there might be the best thing possible.
Yeah, you're not in a good place, are you? And Veneer in a great place at the moment. Inside the ring, they've got tabs on the next wing. Bruisers are gone. Again, not making the top 10.
Oh man, LNW, it looks like they might be engaging in another fight here, as there may have been a Valkyrie, maybe another squad that just landed near them, whether it's a solo or maybe a full team, and I think that might have been Veneer.
It might very well be. Oh, Yusaki got shaved a little bit there. Another shaving as the red shield is almost popped. The shield cell going to be able to replenish it, but not in a great place. There's not a lot of cover as control freaks are eliminated. Impressive to think that Mochi, down to one player, has managed to outlast a team that came for their throats within the first 2 minutes.
No, for real. Honestly, this is going so crazy. Storm Point, already a chaotic map. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 squads, maybe even 5 within arm's reach of each other. Of course, 10 squads left, right? You go for 28 players, and oh man, that's a craver. Somebody's about to have a very, very bad hair day with that.
VLL is gone. Mochi is gone.
Mochi!
Speak of the devil, and they shall presumably die. To be fair, getting top 10 is a fantastic achievement for Kyla. All on their own. That is good points locked down for Mochi, but they will most likely now not continue their lead heading into game number 5. That looking to go to JSA, the only past winner of the Seoul League Split 1 Week 1, still to be in the running. Viejos Polones, hey, good news. It's their first top 10 placement of the day, but how much further can they go here? They got charge rifles. They're looking for those long-range engagements. Maybe looking to move in now. We've got an R301 here with Gwendolyn, so they do have the ability to switch it up. Catelyn, the shield popped. Going to use that shield cell to recharge up. And who are they facing here? That is the question.
Yeah, and there goes the Wraith running, maybe to get out of there. That's a knock. Oh, it's Team Nothing. And the Seer just down like that.
Oh.
That's disgusting. My God, man.
Just when you think that's going to be a pick, you do not get the pick. And Catelyn, maybe a little bit too aggressive down. The banner is recoverable, but is there a third party here? Light is just waiting for a window to get the first aid down, but gets a face full of Valkyrie rockets, still not knocked. But Viejos Polones have more than one squad to worry about.
Everything that could go wrong is happening to Team Nothing so fast. Viejos Polones, of course, might not be able to revive their Ashe. We're just going to have to see how that happens. And there goes the Wraith.
The Wraith is on the run, and Viejos Polones are like wolves looking for lambs to slaughter. The Wraith does a nice rotation around here, but it's not good enough. Nothing are eliminated as our 8th team.
And there goes Team Nothing. That Wraith had a chance to get out of there, maybe play for placement. Unfortunately, took a wrong left turn and ended up with a face full of R301 lead.
JSA now. Spotted the team in there, got the exhibit out as well. But everyone's staying still, and that's really the only downside to the exhibit, is it's got to be a fast-moving or shooting player to be able to spot them, so stay silent, and they will not have tabs on you. But I believe this is Viejos Polones, so it was JSA, the third party, getting involved. And we asked the question, is Viejos Polones going to get much further? Well, they are not going to get much further now. It's 7th place for them. Better, and might very well be enough good placement points and kill points especially to get them safe from relegation. This is the other squad that we're looking at, of course, forced to rotate out of house because of the ring placement. Veneer is not that team. They are on the other side of the ring here, and engaging a team, yes, and down a player, yes. They have the higher ground. It's LNW, but LNW looking to take Veneer down here to set that top 5 place in their sights, and Veneer not looking good. Down goes Yusaki. LNW trying to find that final person, but nowhere to be found.
Man, you get a bomb. You get a bomb. Everybody in this lobby gets a Gibraltar bomb. And Yusaki putting that down just in the nick of time. Unfortunately, it was just not enough as LNW. There is so much going on. LNW capitalizing on third party after third party. Fortunately, we almost saw a down here, maybe a knock. Fortunately, managed to pop off the shield bat. As you can tell, I am very excited. It's not looking good for Veneer, though.
Insupultus finding themselves in a similar situation to what we saw Kyler earlier. JSA, Obviously down, and wow, 4 Funnies might very well have had a chance to take down JSA there. Clutch from Janie, who has another person to deal with. They made top 5. Is this going to be another one down? I think this is Incep, actually. This is the final Veneer member, and Janie, that is going to be... Oh, no, it's Mimi the Mummy, I should say. Different squad entirely, and JSA on the back foot, forced back into the ring. Unnecessary health dropped here. Down goes Salos, and JSA on the back foot. Janie, if you've got any more clutch, it's time to release it. No more clutch. JSA gone.
JSA so close to being able to clutch that, unfortunately eliminated. However, this might be a great placement. Veneer and Hustling Honeys right now fighting for those placement points and managing to get the revive off very fast and avoiding an early elimination.
Massive for Hustling Honeys and Veneer. Midfield teams now with potentially top 3 placements. Got LNW still in the mix. What is guaranteed is that we will have a 4th different winner on the night. Sirens are still around. This is a much better showing from them. But the problem being, they're down a player. Chalice is gone, so they are working with less woman power on this particular situation. LNW, they force them back up against not just the ring, but the stone wall as well. LNW certainly, when you look at your utilities here, when you look at your shield situation, with the exception of Hustle Honeys, now we're looking at them, really the 2 best placed teams here vying for that top spot. Massive damage on Anita as down goes the shielding. The Phoenix kit going to be popped here to rectify that situation. Top 4 squads, and the final ring is here.
My God, Hustling Honeys just saw their life flash before their eyes as the other 2 banners on Team Veneer have expired, but instead Phyllis with the 140 crack. Too damn, oh my God. That was nasty, vicious, absolutely disgusting. Even that Kraber shot, mwah, chef's kiss.
But as good a Kraber shot as it was, it also gave away the position. Whoa, Hustling Honeys are down 1, but Sirens add the numerical advantage. Hustlin' Honeys, top 3. Veneer, top 3. LNW, top 3. And now LNW see the time to strike. Hustlin' Honeys, that was a costly engage because they lost 1. That's a lot of shielding damage done to LNW. Nice placement of the artillery. And Hustlin' Honeys playing this really well. Down goes Uasi for LNW. Now it's even Stevens. It's 2-on-2. Angel Sai had to get out of there. Mimi's down, but Angel Sai going to be able to pop the shield recharge. LNW's going to get the revive off, however, which means we're back up to a 3v2.
Oh my God, this is absolutely getting intense. That artillery was placed down so beautifully. Got the trade-off. Hustling Honeys, 1 down, 2 of them still alive. That Bloodhound's gonna have to heal, but at this point, I don't even think they care. They're just trying to go for the kill.
And keep in mind, you've still got Incep from Veneer waiting. They haven't, they haven't been downed yet. This is huge for Veneer, as they're now just hoping that these 2 squads take each other out. Incep actually choosing the bold option, let's say, of trying to get damage off on the poorly placed LNW. Exhibit comes out, and there goes the singularity. That's not great. The Hustlin' Honeys, they're looking to move in on Incep, and I think Incep should be down here. Hustlin' Honeys move in. LNW, Veneer is eliminated to get top 3 with 1 player, though. Super good. Hustlin' Honeys, though, they already had so much cost on the engage. Shield, health, but where is LNW? That's my question now.
Great question, and LNW looks like one of them is still left. Top of the line. Oh my God, the clutch with LNW. I am impressed thoroughly by that. And with the Peacekeeper, no less. You gotta love the PK.
Lovely, solid game from LNW. Lovely, important game for Veneer and Hustlin' Honeys, who will no doubt shoot up the leaderboard. JSA still with the most kills, tying Veneer for 3rd in points. Disappointing days at the office for VLL and Mochi, who will of course have control freaks, I should say, to thank for their rather under par performance. Control freaks going for the throat and not getting it quite, but there was enough bleeding to really hamper Mochi late game. To get top 10 is still a very, very impressive achievement. But JSA, no doubt, taking once again the top of the leaderboard. Plenty of teams in the midfield moving up as well, but the likes of Caked Up, Lust, Mummies, Loch Nessies, they are struggling for points. There's only 2 more games to get them, Ash.
Yeah, unfortunately, when it comes to, well, actually, fortunately, right? Sexy aim assist managed and you get some placement points. It might not be enough, but like you said, caked up flower power and lust. Zero. Still, I think this is what, third, fourth game in a row, and we're already on a different map.
Yeah.
That's rough. That's real rough. And it is not looking great for any of them. And at this point, as much as I hate to say it, it might be a little late in the series to be able to get those points in the first place.
They're going to have to hope that there is something else in the oven apart from that cake. And while it's potentially baking, we're going to have a little breather ourselves. Next up, game number 5, back on Storm Point. We'll see you after this.
Woo! Let's get it. Let's get it.
Hashtag Reliq is free. And so is Ash as we head into game number 5 of our 6-game series here in the Soul League Split 1 Week 1. It's been a great time, Ash. I'm not going to lie. I mean, why would I lie? It's fantastic. It's brilliant. 4 different winners in 4 different games across 2 different maps. Are we going to have a 5th? We certainly hope so.
True, honestly, 4 different winners, 4 different maps. At the same time, that last winner especially was the most insane clutch I've ever witnessed in such a long time. It's with the PK, the Peacekeeper of all weapons.
The PK.
The PK with 2 and a headshot. And just the absolute choke damage on that was wild. I mean, I'm not going to say nerf PK, but just a smidge. At the same time, absolutely beautiful performance coming from these 4 different game winners across 4 different maps indeed.
Shout out to Inset, by the way, Veneer. Could have just stayed hidden. just Kept shooting, why not? Hopefully we'll be able to take a look at our overall leaderboard heading into the penultimate game of our series. Of course, a reminder for those just joining us, $350 on the line with $165 going the way to first place. Of course, prize money going to second and third. And that's going to be the case for next week as well. But once we hit the finals of Split 1, that prize money skyrockets. More on that in a couple of weeks, I presume. But JSA have already led the leaderboard. They lost that to Mochi over games 2 and 3, retaking the lead of the leaderboard, heading out of game number 4, outlasting Mochi, outlasting VLL. Mochi, the only one of those two able to make it to the top 10, and even then, it was only 2 placement points, no kills on the board. But for midfield teams as well, the likes of Hustlin' Honeys, the likes of Veneer, the likes of LNW, massive points that essentially all but keep them in the game for week number 2.
Yeah, honestly, and it's one thing I've noticed, Reliq, we haven't seen a single Newcastle on this map, have we?
We have not, no. And it's very sad. It's real sad. I'm not gonna lie. It's give me some Mirage.
Mirage, really?
Why not? What just hey, listen, if you're caked up and just sitting on 0 points, go crazy. Go wild, because you're
just pull out the Revenant, pull out Octane, pull out Fuse. As much as I hate to say it, just pull out Fuse. Why not? You got the time.
Break the meter, crack it in half. That's the way to go about things. Because we saw Caked Up actually. Let's put the spotlight on them, because it's a difficult place to be in when you know that you might be able to take part in week number 2. But you also have technically been relegated from week number 1. And we saw them in that early engage with Sirens, and we saw them have a great starting position, but Sirens, just with the rotations and the overall plays to flush them out, to get an early pick, to get plenty of shield knocks, it's difficult to recover from that, isn't it? As we have confirmation now of JSA retaking the lead of the leaderboard.
Oh my God, 69 points. Nice. Coming from JSA. Looks like Hustling Honey's moving into 5th place position with 33 points overall. Your top 3 in the day being JSA, Mochi, and VLL. Flower Power and Team Nothing looks like they're moving up. Veneer, always great to see here with a total of 27 points and 8,660 damage overall. And again, not looking great at all for Caked Up or Lust. Actually, Lust coming in with 2 points. Then again, we don't know if it's going to be enough for them in the first place.
So for Funny is currently the last of those to be relegated as it stands. Although, to be fair, I do wonder what the tiebreaker scenario is, because Mummy's also on 10. I wonder if Damage is the tiebreaker, in which case Mummies is in that scenario. But look, we now move our goalpost. We were saying you want at least 10 points beforehand, to try and consider yourself safe. Now we bump it up a little bit. You want yourself 20 points to consider yourself safe. Might even dare to suggest 15, as the players have all landed once again pretty spread out. The central area practically untouched, as does tend to be the case for Storm Point. And we first joined Sirens, who, well, they were the ones aggressing early. Oh, that's a terrible grenade throw, by the way.
Oh my God. Oh, wait a minute. Terrible grenade. Wait. You were saying?
What?
Oh my God.
Chalaka's already down, by the way, and Chalaka was the one major down point for Sirens in game number 4. To be fair, they've done super well against Mummies. Mummies on 10 points, on the cusp of the danger zone. They're gone already, and there is another team that's gone already as well. We do not know their identity as of yet, but that is rough if you are Mummies.
Terrible grenade, huh? Terrible grenade. It
was an awful grenade. He slapped it against the metalwork and somehow managed to get a shield damage.
Do you know how wild it has to be to hit a Kobe off of a grenade and you're thinking, oh, it's not going to hit? Boom! 100 damage, and you take out a team just like that. Impressive numbers.
I remain unconvinced, and I want to be convinced of Caked Up's credentials here, but it's another early engage. We believe it is up against Bruisers, who have struggled for the last couple of games after scoring a top 10 in their first. They force a retreat out of Caked Up, who are desperate for points, but that's a shield break, that's a down, and Bruisers, most certainly those who are looking the more confident. That said, massive damage on Chugs and on Sleepy Hale. Down goes Garnet Flash. Oh, caked up. I hope it isn't so. I really hope it isn't so. Oh, it is. Oh, no.
No. Caked up. Oh, fly high. Bruisers definitely get the squad wipe on this, narrowly avoiding a squad wipe of their own. But for Caked Up, it just isn't enough. And we're going to see an early elimination from them.
Oh, it's time to go to the golf course because it's only holes in none for them at the moment. They've got one more game. One more game to score enough points to avoid relegation. Unfortunately, I don't fancy their odds, but we look forward, not backwards. 17 squads still in it, and Bruisers with good picks, early kill points, and we rejoin Viejos Polones, who are going to be feeling good, Ash, securing their first top 10 of the day in game number 4.
That's true. Relic, don't talk to me. I'm sad about Caked Up. I'm cracking out
Me
the
too.
wine bottle.
We got to move on. We got to move. We got to move on. We got to stay strong.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this a crypto I see? Hold on.
Hello.
Well then.
Echoplexis.
I see. Echoplexis with the crypto. This is actually going to be interesting as you have, of course, your banners displaying teams spread out far and in between, unfortunately. However, that idea about leashing those prowlers and those spiders, I mean, who knows? Somebody could have heard. Then again, we don't encourage stream sniping here, so ignore what I said. Besides that, always great to see crypto, especially with sexy aim assists who are definitely going to have to rack up placement points in this case.
In the bottom 5 as things stand. And thank you, by the way, so much for the recon, Echoplexis, because now we get to see where the ring is moving towards, and that is a very, very open area. There was some cover to get behind in game number 4, but that is out in the wide open, and they'll be hoping that that more travels towards Cascade Falls than into the 2 buildings that you see there in the center of that rocky precipice. We're on board now with Lust, another team requiring points, desperately so. Their shield situation looks good, but they are assaulting a fortified position.
That is true. Lust definitely wanting to push this for kill points, and it looks like it's for funnies that's holed up in this building. They have Gibraltar and they have Bloodhound. Bloodhound for the scans. Gibraltar, if you need a bombardment to try and deter anyone from trying to knock you or any of their teammates, that's always great. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. I thought my game froze for a second. I was a little concerned. All right.
Lust rotating through. And quite spread out as well. Time to close up as they see...
team landing on top of them.
They do see another team landing on top of them as Hustlin' Honeys, second place in game number 4, gone. As are Loch Nessies, another team struggling for points. That's not great. They get 0 for finishing 16th.
Yeah, I was about to say, unless this Prowler nest has been cleared out, they are definitely going to want to be careful. However, they can capitalize on the fact that you can still build up your evil shields through those Prowlers. So maybe that might be the best situation here.
Lust. Ooh, as we move over to JSA, down goes Arima, and down goes Stan. Looking good for JSA as they continue to be kill leaders, I should say, across the entirety of week 1, and EOS is in a bad spot. They're in a real rough spot, as Odd is the only one up and still standing. Time to go into Batman mode, return to the cave, and stay out of sight.
I was about to say, EOS, their best thing at this point, find a spot, maybe wrap for a little bit. And it looks like JSA getting into another engagement here. That's Seer Tactical hitting for a lot of damage.
Team nothing their opponents, and that's some awful Hemlock damage. Underrated in the first year, really good in the second year in the right hands, especially with full auto. But down goes Janie, biggest damage dealer of the team. Got to go back outside the ring to try and get the revive. And that revive is going to come through with the rock recover. But 4-0 here with some decent damage. Really nice covering fire from Avuli here.
True, I was going to say they might want to be careful. JSA is in a very precarious situation in which they can get third party. Oh my god, Team Nothing's right behind them, aren't they? I knew it.
Yep.
Oh, Reliq. Oh man, who's going to tell them? Probably nobody. We can't. But at the same time, JSA, as I say, they're going to be very careful here. They are low on health. That ring is doing some damage. There's so much going on. And the covering fire on that Hemlock, absolutely beautiful.
And was that a solo Valkyrie that I saw going up into the
No
air
way.
there? It must have been, because there was only one trail, I think. Lovely pot shots again. I tell you what, the Hemlock in the hands of Avuli. Someone correct me in chat, please. doing a lot of damage, and it's on Lust here, who have rotated to their own peril. Scar knocked, Rene shields cracked, Pyth the only player with no significant damage dealt, and JSA are going in for the kill, but you know what? Yeet! They are out of there, and I'd say probably the correct decision just to try and get the placement points.
All right, my heart was beating there. I was clutching my pearls, but it was a smart idea using the grab cannon to get out of there. Then again, it might not end well, as they just might run into another third party. Storm Point is more like choke point at this point. Point. How many times can I say point?
Yeah. Viejos Polones have got a point to prove here. Down 2. It's only 1. They're going to get the thermite grenade. That should be the KO eventually. And I say eventually because I don't see any damage ticks here. 2 teammates are still revivable, and I imagine it might be 4 funnies who engaged here. Yes, so it's going to be 3 versus 2 now. Nice shielding here, but are they going to be able to get the third up? I doubt it very much. Lovely damage from Natty Nunez, but Natty Nunez goes down, as does Viejos Polones. They make top 15 yet again, but no further. But they should still be safe, given the points that they got from game number 4 from relegation.
That is true. For funnies, that Gibraltar Gold backpack came in clutch, especially with the revives, managing to capitalize off of that, able to take out Viejos Polones, and it looks like Veneer is out here trying to fight another squad. And is that a pay-to-win flatline skin I see?
Oh, you're bringing monies into my free-to-play game? How dare you?
Yeah, that's right. Pay to win. What about it? What are you gonna do, Reliq?
I'll write a formal complaint to Respawn Entertainment and eat
man.
I mean, come on, it's you know they've got to do something, right? No,
I'm gonna assume that formal complaint's written in British. Got you.
I'm just gonna put a disclaimer out there. Nothing is paid to win in Apex Legends. It's a very nice skin.
Don't listen to him.
Looks
Don't listen to him.
great. But, you know, EA, Respawn, we love you. We love your game. And thank you very much for allowing us to put on the Celestial Cup and the Soul League. This has been your Reliq disclaimer. Back into the gameplay. We're into the top 14. And Veneer, decent shield situation, but you're going to want to be avoiding hard engages as of now. They do have a good amount of advantage, at least, over the lovely vista that lies in front of them. But it's just spotting for now, not necessarily pushing.
Yeah, and it looks like Sexy Aim Assist trying to capitalize off of this high ground, maybe hiding for a little bit. Sure, they see someone in the distance, but it might not be a good idea to engage, as they should definitely play for those kill points and play replacement. But that ring is moving very fast, doing a little more damage than usual, and they just need to get up and out of there as quickly and as possible.
Who blinks first? Well, the answer is Control Freaks, who... I see people saying control. Yeah, no, it is Control Freaks, not quality control.
Yeah.
They do have a lot of quality about them, though. Now can they control the situation? There's a lot of damage chip here that they've essentially lined themselves up to suffer because they knew that Sexy Aim Assist was flanking them quite nicely. And now Sexy Aim Assist comes out of the fog to try and get a little bit more damage chip. The shield situation still looking pretty good for Wonder Nicky's teammates here. Wonder Nicky forced to retreat even further. Pop the Phoenix shield. Not really great given that she's on blue shields, but better than nothing, right? Winks on hardly any health. Got plenty of white syringes to use as we're back here with JSA. Lovely, nice use of the grab lift up to rotate round and get some massive damage on this team. Wow! Down goes Ari. The shield broken on the Silver Rain down. It's VLL, of course, winners from game number 3. Didn't make top 10 in our first game on Storm Point. Not going to make top 10 on our second game on Storm Point.
And here I am thinking that JSA, probably not the best idea to go into an enemy Seer ultimate. It was the best idea, turns out, as VLL quickly eliminated. Might be losing points, might have gotten placement. We won't know until we see that final leaderboard. But absolutely beautiful, especially coming from that Horizon grab lift.
And if you're VLL now, you're going to be slightly worried about that third place finish. You're looking at Mochi, you're looking at JSA. They, yes, lost ground in game number 3, but regained it in game number 4. And, well, you look at Control Freaks continuing the push. They see JSA, and they say a chance to eliminate some of the big girls here as they look to chase them over the cliff side. Down goes Janie, and that's a real tough spot for JSA to be in. It was a lovely rotation from them, beautifully played on VLL, but now it is just Orvally and Sabs here just essentially hiding, hoping that they're going to overlook this transgression onto their proclaimed territory. Control Freaks just lying and waiting themselves, waiting for them to come back over the cliff face.
If JSA managed to sneak underneath Control Freaks and not get shot at, that would be a miracle. And oh, they're not going to try and get the respawn. Okay, I was about to say, that would be such a risk if they did. I mean, it may be the best idea, maybe the worst idea. Me personally, worst idea considering you have a full squad up there. You're down to 2. You're not looking so hot on health either.
I'm surprised that they haven't tried to move around. There is another exit point there. You can see north of their location. They can move out of that range. Maybe just waiting to see whether Control Freaks are not looking over the edge. And it seems like Control Freaks have let them off the hook. They still have a teammate down, and I don't think they're going to be able to recover them. Same case for LNW here. Nastya gone. Just Yoasi and Vendetta left.
Yeah, it looks like LNW about to run into maybe 2-3 squads in this direct area, as there was just one there not too long ago, maybe a couple seconds. Bloodhound fortunately able to find it, and it looks like Flower Power getting another engage, and their Valkyrie is down, but that Fear ultimate goes out.
Oh, not great. You can see the enemy team there. They're holed up. Not great for Princess. Gigalautum coming through with that revive. Nice timing. Bruisers now looking at them. Much better game from them as well. They've been struggling recently. Looking to hit the top 10 for only the second time today. Artillery strike comes in. Plenty of high ground, but maybe a bit too much high ground. Lots of cover for the teams below to work with.
You're also, Reliq, I just realized something. I think we may have just gotten a rare Newcastle sighting.
I think we did. I think we did.
I was about to say, I saw it and I'm like, wait a minute, let me just, had to wipe off my eyes for a second. It was a Newcastle coming in clutch with that blue shield revive for sure, and that shield going out with the tactical.
LNW, game 4 winners, out. 12th squad placed. To be fair, midfield team, that seems like game 4 was the game of the midfield teams. Control Freak, one of them, and now there is only one of them. And sadly for Wonder Nikki, she's the one with the lowest shields. Yet again, for Funny's in a great place. All purple shields across the board. Wonder Nikki down to 50% health. Someone's going to try and chase them, looking for headshots. Got the laser dot sight as well. The shield is going to pop here. Of course, both of her teammates revivable at that, which is a decent place to be in. Make that one of her teammates revivable. Nice thermal placement, but is someone going to climb up and flank them? The answer is no, not yet. Just revive them, Nikki. You'll keep on wasting time. The sonar comes through. The revive's going to come through second. But is there going to be enough time here for Jazin to be able to work their magic and get the shield cell off at the very least?
That was such a smart idea, placing down a thermite grenade, but the amount of times I got agitated about to scream at my monitor for Nikki to revive, and Sexy Aim Assist down below, managing to pop off a shield bat, especially for Echo Plexus. That crypto drone especially might come in clutch if it's put out in time, able to see squads in the area, and able to see who's on top, below, or even next to you.
Hey, shout out Sexy Aim Assist, top 10 for the first time today when they desperately need the points. Good time to do it with the light at the end of the tunnel. Veneer, well, they're out in the open, but they can see a squad and they are pressed up against the ring. They can see another squad which is not pressed up against the ring, no. And Yusaki pays for it, uses the horizon lift to move up. And this is rough because it's not just a third party, potential fourth party as well. Flower Power moving in. Princess, Gigalautum, Miss Dopey switching up to the roof. Lovely shield knock here. Force back inside, down to 40% health. The Phoenix kit is going to be able to be popped. Nice wall here to be able to just stay behind. Use that Phoenix kit to its full advantage. Lovely use here from Miss Dopey as Veneer's in a bit more of a precarious situation.
Yeah, Veneer right on top of that Newcastle shield placed in a point through nowhere. Nobody can get through. And it looks like Veneer managing to get the damage off shields, off of flesh, and bruisers out with an elimination with 7 squads left.
Sexy Aim Assist also gone. Their squad number 9. So good points either way, no matter how many kills they got. Miss Dopey is playing with fire. Control Freaks are in the fire and back in the lobby. They're gone as well. We're down to top 6. Flower Power, one of the first 4 teams eliminated last game, now almost on a... They're on the cusp of top 4 in game number 5. They should be safe anyway from the points that they've got. For Funnies as well should be safe, but really nice points here for teams that are just looking to put the cherry on top for their not relegation than anything
Wow.
else. Team Nothing gone. We're into the top 5. Arc eliminated as well. Looks like we are confirmed another new winner.
Oh my gosh, this is honestly getting so intense. We are about to get another winner for game. This is game 5 now, and there have been totally different winners for each and every game. Veneer definitely doing some damage. 48 to Red Shield.
Wait.
JSA. Oh,
Wait.
JSA. I
Wait.
see. Hold on. Stop the presses.
Hold up.
Wait.
We got Veneer, we got Flower Power, we got JSA, we've got Mystery 4th Squad. I think it's for funnies, which suggests that Mochi dropped pretty early, actually. Mochi might have been the first team eliminated. We didn't get to see it because they jumped into the game so quick. It might very well have been Mochi, which doesn't bode well for them in their hunt for first place. What a knock by Shiro here, who has been rocking that 301 all day long. She does so well, and it's Janie who's down. Overlay also not looking good. Veneer were in a bad situation. They are roaring back into form.
That's definitely past tense. Were in a bad situation, and it's looking great for Veneer as they still have your Gibraltar, you still have your Seer, you have plenty of options to be able to peek, to be able to wall hack, to be able to peek, get somebody out of cover pretty much.
They're just waiting. They're just waiting. And I think that they are just on the edge of that ring. Little bit of a tickle there, but yes, they have themselves a perfect vantage spot, but they're gonna go and push in now. 4 squads left. They want to push the advantage while it is hot. In on JSA. They're down a player. Are they going to be down as the 4th place squad? Well, they've got 2 downs via the Peacekeeper, and this is an incredible play. But JSA is gone. They are 4th squad out. Shiro still up against Flower Power. Veneer's gone. They are 3rd place for the 2nd game in a row. Now it's down for Funnies. Now it's down for Flower Power. Who's going to come out on top?
I got 2 teams we did not expect to make it to the top here. Top 2 squads already. Flower Power having the height advantage, and that Newcastle Shield going out as well. All it takes is just one Gibraltar ultimate, and that might turn the tide for this game entirely.
From bottom 5 to top 2, Flower Power. This would be a massive win if they can secure it for funnies, for funsies, for nutties. That was a bit dangerous. Flower Power, not great on the shielding for Miss Dopey, who has been playing with a lot of rambunctiousness, I want to say is the word. Princess down, Miss Dopey, oh, it's not looking good. The Newcastle Supremacy might have to wait, but for funnies, it's only on 1 person. They've got 2, and Flower Power from bottom 5. 2 winners in game 5.
Another winner for game 5. Not a single team has won in a row. Are you kidding me? And it's a Newcastle team. Oh my god.
Newcastle Supremacy. Look at that beautiful golden. Look at that beautiful golden skin. Zephyr, somewhere, wherever you are, he's had like a Newcastle tingle. He's like, oh my gosh, Newcastle won. And so here are the final scores there from match number 5. Flower Power with 10 kills. But once again, JSA, not content to go as not kill leaders, continue to stride ahead with 12. They are 2nd place for points. For Funnies, 15. Veneer, 14. Control Freaks, 10. Disappointing for the likes of Mochi, LNW, VLL, all previous winners who didn't even get top 10, but for Lust, for Sexy Aim Assist, that could be big points as they head into the final game, looking to stave off relegation.
Honestly, impressive plays, especially coming from Flower Power. That was completely and totally unexpected. And for teams like Mommies and Mochi coming up in 19th and 20th place for match 5, and especially Caked Up, here we are, rooting them on, expecting them to get at least just 1 kill, and unfortunately, in the end, it did not work.
We have JSA, it seems, running away in first. We have Mochi suffering donuts for the first time today. How much is their 2nd place in jeopardy? VLL looked comfortably in 3rd. How much is their 3rd place in jeopardy? Well, all of the maths is being totted up, and we'll give you the update as we look towards our final game of the day. Game number 6, Storm Point, for the final time today. You do not want to miss it, folks. We'll see you after this break.
Let's go.
Game 6. I think that this is going to become a bit of a staple of the Soul League. We all look to Game 6 and we wonder just who is going to come out on top. Welcome to the Soul League Split 1 Week 1. We come towards the end of our broadcast, but still one more 20 to 30 minutes sprint to the end to go. It's myself, Reliq. It's them, Ash. And Ash, a 5th different winner in 5 games. We're going for 6, baby, and I love Apex Legends.
Listen, as much as I want the same winner for each game, you can't have everything. At this point, I am this close to cracking out the wine bottle as much as my predictions have been shattered today. Absolutely ripped up right in front of my face and thrown in the fire, which, you know, I'm having fun with. But at the same time, there's just been so much that has happened, whether it be an unexpected Kraber, an unexpected Mastiff, or even just that stray solo, you know, Insep, who manages to just, yeah, I don't even know what that was, but that was impressive the way that was handled.
Impressive is the word that I can only think of when it comes to JSA. Over double the amount of damage, almost, almost, of every other team in the competition today. They sit on 86 points. That's 29 clear of Mochi. Almost unassailable at this point. They should be going home with first place, but that gap from 2nd to 3rd, that gap from 3rd to 4th, a lot closer now because of 2 poor games from Mochi and VLL. The pack has been compressed. And speaking of compressed, well, the relegation battle pretty compressed as well. Caked Up gonna need a miracle to get out of this jam. Lust, sexy aim assist, maybe a bit too far as well, but Bruisers, Mommies, Loch Nessies, EOS, and Viejos Pelones all within 8 points of each other. And 8 points is realistically, if one of these teams has a good game, more than plenty enough to drag you out of that bottom 5.
That's true, but if you look correctly, right, Loch Nessie's managing to pull just 2 points ahead of Mommies on that leaderboard, placing him out of danger in relegation, but still very close to hitting, you know, relegation, because Mommies or any team, I mean, even Caked Up of all people, can just come out of nowhere, maybe get some placement points. I mean, maybe even first place and actually take it all.
A reminder of destruction of the structure, I should say.
Yes, construction.
Of the construction, you know, it's important. Just to remind you of the points, like when we talk about 8 points and how possible that is, remember 1 point per kill. Worth noting. 12 for first, 9 for second, 3rd for 7th. 12 for first, 9 for second, 7 for 3rd, 5 for 4th. So hit top 5, maybe hit top 4. You should be getting a lot of kills along with that placement just by how Apex tends to work. You've got to engage at some point. I still think it's a tall order for all of those teams in the bottom 3 to pull themselves out, but like you say, you never know. Caked Up could find inspiration at the 11th hour and find themselves top 5, find themselves with picks, and find themselves confirmed into week 2. As things stands, nobody knows how this 6th and final game is going to turn out, and we love that for us. We love that for the audience, and thank you to all of you for following, for joining us. Be sure to follow on Twitch, on Twitter. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube as well, where all the highlights and updates will be given to you. Caked Up.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Again. Caked Up.
Oh, they got once! Oh my god, they took out Bruisers!
My god. Bruisers eliminated early.
Oh
Caked Up
my
somehow
word.
managing to get the clutch. Are you kidding me?
The timer is on. The heat has been cranked up. And Caked Up is moving up. They are on the leaderboard. They are not going to go home pointless. The only way is up from here.
Everything back that I said, Caked Up. I don't know what God has managed to get you out of the pit that y'all were in for a second, but keep it up. Keep it up.
Oh my word. When we joined them, I was in despair. And now I am full of joy, full of excitement. VLL going to be full of frustration, I imagine. It's been a tough couple of games for them. Ever since they moved to Storm Point, being kind of behind the groove, they've not managed to finish inside the top 10. And as I said, they are now looking over their shoulder at the following for third place, because that's what they occupy right now. And they need a good game to ensure that they keep it.
Oh my gosh. And BLL definitely, the Valkyrie missiles going off here real quick, trying to see if they can peek, maybe hit a couple people here. I mean, sure, they have the advantage, and that's a crack on shields. 14 to flesh.
Maestro from the Arc Star looking to flush them out east and looking to push in now. VLL looking for early picks. Is it Sexy Aim Assist on the other side of that? Whoa, yes it is. There goes another Arc Star. Sexy Aim Assist, of course, picking up their first top 10 of the day in game number 5, but it wasn't enough to take them outside of the relegation zone. And if they are dropped here, that is them done. They are relegated out of the Seoul League. Caked Up is gone!
No!
Oh, they are
Caked
relegated.
Up, why?
It's so sad. I was prepared for this, and I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared. I think that we're going to see another drop here, unless VLL fumble the bag massively. It's Valkyrie missiles, left, right, and center. Lot of knocks, and Sexy Aim Assist is relegated from the Seoul League.
Oh my god, VLL right now, of course they got the squad wipe, but they cannot catch a break as that was a Vantage hit from behind. Loch Nessie's coming in to capitalize, but I'm a little worried as Leon has white shields. Everybody else has blue and purple, but has Vantage. That does make you just a little bit squishy even trying to peek with those sniper shots.
And Loch Nessie's from teams inside the relegation zone to teams teetering on the edge of it. Loch Nessie's have got to choose wisely here. They cannot just engage on teams if they know they can get more placement points. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Fly away.
All right, that's a smart idea on the behalf of Loch Nessie's, getting the hell out of Dodge. And wherever they land, of course, it might be a great place to land, but it looks like Lust has found another squad and is about ready to engage.
Lust, another one of these teams that needs points, and needs points desperately. They found LNW, are winners of game number 4, and doing pretty well in this engage as well. They've got decent utility. They've got decent everything, really, and they've been able to get it down. Overly going down. Oh, there's a massive firefight going on with JSA included. If JSA go down this early, no, it's Team Nothing that goes down. Midfielders, they should be safe given their previous results, but JSA already on the warpath.
That is true. Lust definitely wants to make a decision here, as if I remember correctly, on that leaderboard, not exactly looking too hot, at danger of relegation. And L&W, they smell blood in the water. They're just sniffing that out. And they're definitely, they might be eager to push here. And if I remember correctly, with that wingman buff, those shots are particularly nasty.
LNW down a teammate, though. Not that that matters really with the height advantage, but if Lust can play their cards right here, that's very good for them. Sirens now we're with. And they too have some high ground, not willing to get off this bridge here. They see someone down below, frustratingly, not able to knock their shields.
True, and it's going to be a little dangerous pushing here. Depends or not if it's a solo or a full squad. Oh, that's a charge rifle, though. And that ring is moving a little closer and closer. Fortunately, they're near the next ring. They'll be fine right now. And I say right now because all it takes is for them to hit into another choke point, and Sirens might be in danger of getting eliminated early on.
Mochi, it's been 2 games to forget. And it seems a long time ago that they got their win. But they've been able to make top 14, and they've got 3 players up and well. Still confident going for an engage, though. This presumably with Sirens, as LNW is eliminated. Early elimination for our game 4 winners. We saw them earlier in that engage, and it has not worked out well for them. Already down 1 teammate. Now they're down all teammates. LNW will take no further part in today, but should be safe to progress to week 2.
All right, Mochi in a little bit of a precarious situation here because, you know, low shields while I'm pretty sure everyone else is at purple, blue, and very, very close to hitting red depending on the damage. And of course, Toucan managing to find a blue shield here. Ooh, and that Peacekeeper. Absolutely beautiful. In the ridge right now, they have about 1 minute and 50 seconds to head into the next ring before taking a chock-full face of damage.
I tell you what, Loch Nessies are going to be very happy that 4 of the teams below them have already been eliminated, because they are gone as well. VLL is gone as well. Uh-oh, that's the 3rd place team.
Oh, man. And already finding red shields all over the place, but BLW They tried to run so fast, only to get their dome completely cracked open and cracked off heading over the gate.
Back with Mochi. Not exactly the best shield situation for them, but nevertheless, again, they are alive. They are well. They are still second in the standings. And just placement points alone, especially with VLL's elimination, could be enough to see them over the line. They've already got kill points on top of that as well. Toucan with 1. But surely they're going to want more. Lust. Boy, oh boy, Lust. They were almost propping up the leaderboard had it not been for Caked Up. Now they got 2 kills. Now they are on the precipice of a top 10 finish here. Lust, this is their best game so far. What a moment to clutch if they can escape the grips of relegation.
That is true. Honestly, this series already, it's not even the first day. And we've just seen so many underdog teams climb up to the top. And it looks like Lust is about to... Oh, they're about to barge their way into this building.
Veneer went into this building, so Veneer's the squad that we're chasing here. But that is a Valkyrie. Oh! Oh, the laser's coming out! Oh, it's flak! Oh, it's... No, it's a... Oh, no, it's a shield gone! And Veneer, who, at least to my knowledge, unaware of the threat behind them, now just going for blood everywhere around them, shooting folks at the sky.
My God, Veneer at this point, they just give no craps. If you're in their area, they're gonna go for you. And that charge, okay, thought my game froze for a second. That charge rifle, particularly dastardly in this case, as Arc, they're trying to find their way to the building, and it's gonna be a little hard as I think maybe 2, maybe 3 squads are heading in their direction.
If you dropped into their shoes, you wouldn't want to be Arc. For Yusaki on this charge laser is taking no one to any nice place. Let's put it that way. No mercy from the team captain of Veneer. As Insep, of course, who's come in clutch themselves as well. Part of all that jazz for funnies. Good situation on the shield front, but forced to recharge. As is Veneer. Massive damage onto them. As Viejos Polones is eliminated, we're into the top 10.
All right, it looks like, and Insep goes down. That is rough, taking so many shots to the face, leaving only 2 members of Veneer left. JSA capitalizing off that grappler with Horizon, sandwiched in between 2, maybe 3 squads entirely.
Where is Lust in all this? Where is Lust in all this? Because surely this would be the opportune moment to strike. JSA take out Veneer. We're into the top 9, and maybe there is Lust over the horizon, but nice shots from Sabs forces them back.
Honestly, but JSA still having a team to worry about in front of them, and I think Lust trying to capitalize off of this push. Third party, crack the shields, 45 the flesh.
Oh, Mochi's gone.
Wingman. Oh my God, Mochi's dead.
Mochi's gone, and JSA is gone. Oh, everyone in the relegation zone is looking at Lust and thinking, oh, I wish I was them.
This is just an unprecedented turn of events. I don't know what has gotten into Lust. They need to keep it up right now. They're sitting in their relegation still.
They're hunting down Ark, who are forced on top of the building. Sonar comes through. Briefly know where Lust is, although to be fair, I don't think they needed the sonar reveal to necessarily let them know that. Lust giving a bit of a reprieve here just to recharge the batteries. Rene going in with the ult. Down comes the path of the Valkyrie, I should say. And the Massive almost knocks them down. Does knock them down. Eliminates them, in fact. We're down to 7 squads. Ark is essentially just waiting to be eliminated at this point.
There is so much going on in such a short amount of time, in such a short space right now. We are down to 7 squads, 18 teams left. Lust engaging in another team fight. That Massive taking somebody right off their feet. And here we go! Ark eliminated.
Unbelievable. Lust had single-digit points. Just about. Siren's eliminated as well. Lust have made top 5 EOS as well. Midfield teams, not much to play for. But if they were to get a win, maybe in with a shout of top 3 given Mochi and VLL's eliminations.
If Lust manages to take this game, I don't even know what I do at that point. Give up drinking, not even old enough to do that. But it looks like Flower Power. Trying to fend off, trying to gatekeep here, getting some shots with the Volt. Grenades do not go off, they don't hit, and they need to be very careful lest they get eliminated very early on.
I'm pretty sure that I've seen Miss Dopey without shields more than I've seen her with them. Flower Power looking for the first consecutive win here in the Seoul League. They won Game 5, looking to make it 2 in a row. Lovely engage. Down goes Stan. Flower Power looking to continue to press the advantage. Behind the rocks, they find another, and EOS is gone.
I can't believe I'm predicting this, but it's either Flower Power, Lust, or one other team that takes this entire game. We have 4 squads left. We are down to such a little amount of squads in such a short amount of time. Everybody's on red shields, I'm pretty sure. You have a Newcastle with Flower Power. That just gives a whole nother meaning to defense and being able to revive as well.
Definitely the most aggressive game that we have seen from our ladies thus far. And what a first week it has been thus far. I know the Celestial Cup kicked off last week with the qualifiers, but the Seoul League, I should say, kicks off today. And what a kickoff it has been. 4 squads remain. We have Flower Power. We have Lust. I think... Who else is still up and around? We've got For Funnies.
Oh, it's For Funnies.
For Funnies, of course, who were second in game number 5 as well. So they'll be looking to do what Mochi did to JSA from between game 1 and 2, except it's on Flower Power games 5 to 6. Lust might very well have done enough to save themselves already, given their placement, given their kill count, but at this point, you've got to go for glory.
Oh, that is true. If I look correctly, that final... Oh, that's a Mastiff. That's a Mastiff. So, okay. Besides that, got a little sidetracked there. That final ring looks like it is taking in an open spot. Plenty of Prowler nests nearby. Unfortunately, if they haven't been cleared out, somebody is going to have one hell of a day trying to get past that while also trying to fight a couple squads as well.
Pot shots thrown at Pife.
Oh, boy.
I believe that is Flower Power west of them. As another engage here for Funnies. I think For Funnies is actually rotating around on Flower Power. We'll wait and see, but Halloette forced behind the rock, forced to pop the shield cell. The entire shield's gone, the same for Celine.
Alright, For Funnies better be very careful here. Looking a little low on shields. I mean, plenty of shield bats left. No clue about shield cells or syringes at all. And Flower Power heading into another building, maybe trying to set up a defense, and nobody is here, fortunately for them.
In all of this, who is the identity of our 4th squad?
That is actually
I don't actually think we've been with them in the last couple of minutes or so. We know Flower Power, we know For Funnies, we know Lust,
right?
It's the hustling Honeys.
Oh my god.
They have been quiet this game, but they've also made it to top 4 for the second time. For the first time since game 4, of course. They placed second in that game to LNW, in with a chance for the win. Flower Power, the only team able to stop this from being a 6 different winners from 6 games scenario. As a commentator, I don't want to say that I want them to lose, but I really want another team to win. As the ring closes in once again, Flower Power, though, in the hot seat, in the prime seat, in the best seat to defend.
You mean to tell me that teams we thought we were going to lose to relegation out of nowhere decided to just say, you know what, how about we just win a couple games for y'all and crawl out of the pit, especially Lust. I am very impressed by them managing to survive every other squad, including Caked Up, including EOS, including Mochi, to end up here.
It all comes down to ship fall. Who's going to fall first of these 4?
Oh, man. All right, it looks like For Funny's trying to stock up on as many shield cells as possible. And I don't think anyone's in front of him. Hustling Honey's trying to... Oh, that's an amazing rat spot. Love the stairs right now.
They're down to 2. They might as well take the more points by other teams taking each other out. Another circle emerges. And Lust may be looking to engage. To be fair, Flower Power now not in a great scenario. Yes, they got the building protecting them, but they've got to move out of there now given the ring's location.
Okay, narrowly avoiding a shot from there. Oh, Lust has to be very careful. I mean, sure, they're at the edge of ring, but if that ring closes in fast, that is so much damage. You have to worry about 3 other squads headed towards you, as well as Flower Power, having a Valkyrie, having a Newcastle, and a Spear. That is prime movement. That is prime wall hacks, shields, defense, revive, so much. And as many aggressive plays as they made, I would not be surprised at all if they try to push another squad here.
They are definitely the best off shield-wise. There is no doubting that. I imagine their utility looking pretty good as well. But as we've already mentioned, they're going to have to adapt. They're going to have to rotate. As I believe that is the hustling honeys there who have decided to poke out, try and get a bit of poke damage, and they've been able to pop Renee's shields, forces the shield cell usage, and no doubt forces the syringe usage as well. But with those yellow shields, it's double for your money, and so Renee definitely in a good place still. And all of a sudden, the pendulum swings the advantage to Lust, who have got control over this building and are sitting pretty.
Oh man, here we go. Air Valkyrie coming in the pipe, 5x5. It looks like they're headed right towards their spot here, capitalizing, trying to third party, maybe even headed towards Flower Power, trying to flank. Who knows? We just have to see, and that might be the case in just a second here.
Hustling Honeys choosing to go before they were evicted from their rat spot, and they've not got Flower Power to deal with, because Flower Power decided to disengage and just keep an eye on the ensuing action. Hustling Honeys, it's 2v3 no matter which squad they chose to go for, and so it's as best a scenario as they could hope. Flower Power, they choose to move now. That's some good shots from Lust. As Flower Power's, oh my word, it's a beach assault, and they're not faring well. Down goes Princess. Giggle Autumn with that Newcastle shield, gonna get the quick revive off, and it's a good thing they've got him, but still, they're at a disadvantage as the ring is about to close.
My God, they're just getting hit with every tactical and everything imaginable, trying to do their best to survive. They're getting hit from the side, they're getting hit from the front. All it takes is a couple of good lob Kraber shots, good shots in general, maybe wingman shots, grenades, and they are down and out. That Newcastle shield can only hold up for so long, Reliq.
Still waiting for the moves from Funnies and from Hustlin' Honeys. Funnies are rotating round. This is going to be a big engage on Lust, as straight ahead, that's where they lay in wait. The pressure's going to be taken off Flower Power, and it's up to Flower Power to make the most of it. Us and Honeys, still no pip from them. We see them now. They've got a Kraber. Of all things, they've got a Kraber, but they don't have a good position to work with. They're stuck behind a rock. They're gone.
Man, Hustling Honeys may be gone, but in terms of placement, that might be the fifth in terms of 4 Funnies eliminated as well. We just lost 2 squads in the Reliq, you're watching what I'm watching, right?
Lust have not had a single top 10 finish all day. They are in the relegation zone going into game 6. But are they going to be able to win the game? I don't think they are, because Flower Power did take their moment, and they're going to become 2-time winners. They are, I believe, now 3rd placed or even 2nd place in the standings. What a clutch.
My heart is beating out of its chest. Flower Power are your winners for this game. We have had, this is another winner different, right?
Nope, they won game 5. They're the first double winners.
Finally, the curse is broken. Flower Power taking first place here with a total of 23 points of first place. That's 12, obviously. 11 kills, and our underdog of the day being Lust, crawling their way out of the fires with 9 placement points and 19 total points, 10 kills.
That is ridiculous. Left it to the last minute like a student does when the assignment's due in the next day. But they managed to get an A star. They managed to get a 1, whatever your scoring system is. It's not going to look any better, unfortunately, for the likes of Caked Up for Sexy Aim Assist, for Bruisers, as although Caked Up doesn't go home scoreless, they unfortunately do end up with no placement points across the entirety of today. 3 points is better than nothing, but they are relegated along with the likes of Sexy Aim Assist. We will get final confirmation on all of the happenings and goings, and here it is.
All right, let's look.
JSA, as expected, didn't have their best game, but had a good enough game to secure first place and $165 in pocket. Mochi, lucky girls, because despite an average game, they beat Flower Power to second by 1 point. Feels bad in chat for poor old VLL, losing out on third by 1 singular point. They are out of the money, but they are into week 2. Not into week 2, at least not automatically. Caked Up, Sexy Aim Assist, Bruisers, Mommies, and Loch Nessies. We said that early elimination in game number 6 might very well decide their fate, and it did, because of the efforts of Lust, who didn't even finish just outside the relegation zone, Ash. They managed to clear it by a good 9 points.
My God, Lust and Viejos Pelones got so incredibly lucky this game, especially Lust coming in with a game 6 second place clutch. I wasn't expecting that at all. I mean, here we are thinking, okay, caked up, they're gone. Lust might be gone the next second. No, squad wipe after squad wipe after squad wipe after
Insane.
miraculous wipe. Wow.
JSA shine the spotlight on them, runaway winners. And we feared that might be the case after their game 1 dominance, but we didn't exactly expect them to take the path that they did because they weren't always in the lead today.
True. Which, man, this already, it's what, day 1, and we've already seen some absolutely insane plays, especially from Flower Power. Won, 2 games in a row. Runaway as well. And this is about to be an exciting couple of weeks, isn't it?
Oh, it's not just
sure.
going to be. It's not just going to be a couple weeks of excitement. I do sincerely hope that it'll be months upon years of excitement here at Celestial Cup. This is only the beginning for your new home for Women's Apex, and we continue with Split 1 as we head into week 2 next week. Ash, you're going to be there alongside Dia. I can't wait to watch from the sidelines. You do not want to miss it, folks. A big thank you, of course, to all of our administrators behind the scenes, to Yusaki, of course, bringing all of this team together, including Etsuki, of course, fantastic producer. Loved working with you, my friend. Loved working with you, Ash. Been an absolute pleasure. I've just been Reliq. And from all of us
free
here,
Reliq.
Hashtag free Reliq. And from all of us here, it's a very warm goodbye.